together all these little accounts and everything, and now we have like control of everything. I thought the same thing. I'm like, dude, now it's just all building an audience and having fun with this shit.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear the stereo thing in the background?
No, no, I can't. But I'm not sure if the cast can, because sometimes I'll listen back and you'll be able to hear stuff that I can't hear in the moment.
Well, it's
So
live on Twitch right now, right?
yeah, yeah, it should be.
Yeah, because I hear it a little, but I'm gonna go on Twitch right now just to see if I can hear it on the live thing, and if so, I'll just do the whole plug-in headphone thing because you said you're gonna play the voice messages anyway.
Yeah, yeah, because I got it attached to the speaker and it's all the way up volume wise, but I have the speaker off, so I can just click it on at any time if we get a voice
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, by the way, guys, this is the Nothings Podcast, episode 23. No guest today, so it's just me and Gemini today. You can email us at askthenothings@gmail.com and we'll read them on the podcast. I'm sure we have some emails backed up. And then if you would like to
I
send a
thought I
voice,
thought we weren't doing the emails anymore.
no, we are. Just I'm not going to say it anymore on the shows
Then why'd you just say it?
after episode 26.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing I was thinking about today at work, because I was working back from a podcast I just started listening to, and like I got all the way to the beginning, and it's like, dude, we are so early in on this thing. Oh no.
No, I heard you.
Dude, we're so early. Like we're so new still. It may seem like a lot because we've been like a half year doing it, but dude, episode 23 we're on. That's fucking nothing.
No, I know. I think we've got a lot. I mean, we're on over 20 podcast platforms. We're on technically YouTube, Twitch, and stereo. We're on 3 different video type formats, and I know that eventually we're gonna be streaming on at least all 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait till we can stream to YouTube too.
Yeah.
So wait, the
So
TikTok
everything's
though.
legit.
The TikTok. You got 11 likes.
Yeah, on TikTok we got
So
11 likes and over 500 views for the one clip. Yet again, I have no idea what that means.
no, that's
I have
really
no-
good, man. That's really good. TikTok, the algorithm right now, it's so perfect because anything can trend. Like there's no barriers. There's no algorithm that stops certain content, and like if it's funny enough and you got good enough hashtags, that shit can soar the fuck up. Do you use hashtags and shit, or did you just post a clip?
No,
without...
I posted one video just to test it out. Like I have a lot to learn about the whole TikTok game. I am
And you
not
still got that
some
500 views and 11 likes.
Yeah, so it must have.
Did you promote it through Twitter or something?
Um,
Like, is it all just random people that don't know us, or was there?
no, that's fair. I think I did post it on Twitter, but I mean, we only have 69 Twitter followers, and I know not everyone looks at our posts. So even if all 69, yeah, even if all 69 did,
I thought we had like
where'd
13.
No, we have 69 Twitter followers.
Yeah, I hope it stays.
And I'm
that
still
way.
waiting for us to hit 100 for us to follow someone because we still follow 0 people.
Oh, we're not following no one, never.
I kind of want to follow Will Smith.
Why? Why Will Smith?
Because I want I want people to be like, why do they follow Will Smith?
Yeah,
that's it. It's the only reason why I want to follow Will Smith.
That's actually a good reason. Yeah.
All right, I have like a ton of. I don't know about you. I have a ton of things to talk about.
I have a few things, but it's nothing big.
Because I want to talk about something that is going to get us into a fight later on in the episode.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Because it's something we talked about in the past. But like, I was hearing other people talk about it the other day, and in my head, I'm like, no, this still has to be talked about.
Yeah, there's some good there's some good arguments that we can go back to at any time, and I feel like we always clash on them. Fuck, did you hear that?
Oh, we will hear what?
My computer made a sound.
Oh, the thing I wanted to talk about was fucking real quick is, dude, I just got my taxes back.
Oh,
I owe so much money in taxes.
Oh no.
I was like, dude, how do I owe this much fucking money? Like, I called my accountant and I was like, yo, you better be crunching those numbers correctly there, buddy.
Write more shit off, man.
Yeah, this shit ain't gonna fly. And he's over here like, yo, you gave me really nothing to write off. I just got these couple things. I'm like, yo, you write that shit off, write it all off.
Gave you nothing to write off, he says.
I was irate.
Nah, yeah, you gotta get someone who's fucking on that shit, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
My dad
But
has an
that's
accountant.
why.
I don't use one because I don't make enough to need one. But my dad uses a dude, and he does all the tricks. He fucking he writes off everything, dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if this, because based off what he told me was what was withheld. I was looking at my pay stubs and I'm like, bro, that's not what was withheld. I know I took more out in my taxes than the percentage you're giving me. What's like something is not right. And then I was like, wait, does Medicare and Social Security, do those two things even count for taxes? And they do. So I just have to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, there's probably something. Someone's missing something, dude. Fuck taxes. How about that? How about get your
I
fucking mitts out of my fucking bank account?
I was irate. I was irate.
Gonna write more stimulus bills with my fucking money, bitch. To pay some fucking kid, 21-year-old at his parents' house to stay fucking playing video games. The fuck?
The
What are we
the
doing?
first thing he asked me was, he goes to me, he goes, did you get your stimulus check last year? I'm like, yes, I did.
It's bonkers, dude. I'm like that's the fucked up thing about it is I know people who still haven't gone back to work. And so everyone that's working now is paying for everyone to just sit at home like fucking. That's how you create a civil fucking war. I'm not
Is it
gonna.
with that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna work no more for these lazy fucks.
Well, that's what my friend says who does taxes. She literally goes like, yeah, it's crazy. Like you make this much money and then you're in a different bracket where you're literally getting 40 or 50% of your money taken away.
That's bananas.
Yeah, and based off what my girl plans on doing after she gets her degree, and based off what I plan on selling, I'm in my head like, well, why the fuck do I even want to work this harder to make this more money if I'm gonna be like, if like say 300 or 400 down the road? I'm talking a long time from now,
Yeah.
but they're taking 50%. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, no, that's. I remember I said in a DM to you the other day where I was like, unless it's like completely passive, like six figures is overrated. I truly believe that, man. It's because at that point, like, in between the point where you're making like like low six figures and high to millions, like you're losing fucking yeah. What is it? 60? Not 60%, but it's like what 45% or some shit they take in
It's
that bracket.
fucking, it's just
It's
crazy the
nuts.
amount of money that gets taken out of taxes.
It's nuts. I'd rather stay like right below, good like 70 to 80. But that's
I'm
coming from a landscaper who doesn't make it, so I don't give a fuck.
I'm
I usually
I'm
get money back. I don't give a fuck.
I'm irate. I'm irate. And but I don't, because that, I was so pumped up for this episode, and then I get a phone call like an hour and a half ago, and I'm just like, why are you calling like at dinner time,
Yeah. You're cutting
Mister
into a
Accountant?
steak. They're just like, hey, by the way, we're gonna take half your fucking bank account. It's like, all right, cool.
Speaking of sales, though, so there was this thing that made me upset, but then happy, and then upset and happy at the same time.
Hmm.
So I just realized that like earlier today or yesterday. So a month ago, I bought my phone. Right, I bought an iPhone.
Hmm.
But when I was looking for the phone, I went to Verizon, and I'm just like, just looking for a phone, waiting for one of the fucking reps there to be done with, some mom. And I heard while I was
Oh,
looking
there's
for
always some mom coming in with a problem with her iPhone where it's like, I tried to get my kids to help me. It's not doing what it's supposed to. It's like, yeah, your storage is full. It's like, no, but I only took 1,000 pictures. It's like, yeah, your storage is full. You gotta free up. It's like, well, I don't know how to transfer it. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's not
yeah.
broken, you idiot.
So I'm looking at
Sorry.
new. No, dude, that's fucking hilarious. That's literally what I think was happening. But no, the mom was buying a new phone, but I think she was buying it for her husband or her father, which is like, you're buying a phone for an older version of you. That's who you're buying the new iPhone for.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact details of the conversation because I was just hearing it from like 10 feet behind me while I was looking at iPhones, pretending like which one I don't, as if I didn't know which one I was getting. And I heard the mom say to the sales rep, who also was a mom, she goes, just a tip, it's probably not the best sales pitch to like tell someone about this feature since at the end of the day, an 80-year-old's gonna be getting it. And I just I heard that and I was just like, you fucking like let me go to your job. Let me
Yeah.
go to your job and tell you how to do your goddamn fucking job, fucking Claire. Like, I was fuming. But the thing that made me happy after all that was I then was talking to that lady, the sales rep, and that lady was a cunt. So
Oh.
so I'm happy Claire told her like, hey, you know what? You suck at your job.
Yeah. Just everyone sucks that's involved. Wait, what's wrong with your phone? I thought you already got a new one.
It was a few months ago that for some reason it clicked that story where I'm like, why didn't I tell Jem about this little story?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's I was in the supermarket the other day and there's like these two fat big white dudes like stopped in the middle of the aisle, blocking it off, and just were like, hey Tom, hey Jim, hey fucking and they started having like this catch up talk and I was furious. I was
Catch
like,
up talk.
no, yeah, they were like catching up, like, how's the fucking, I haven't seen you since we played the fucking rugby match and fucking,
Really, rugby?
and they decide to stand in the middle, and it wasn't just the middle of the aisle; it's the middle of like the corner. So they're like in the way of like three different aisles. I just wanted to kill them. I was like, why do people do this? Of all places to stand as a fat guy in a grocery store, why do you gotta stand in the most inconvenient spot to catch up with some old fucking frat buddy you had?
It was a frat buddy.
I don't know what it was, but I hated it. One of the guys looked like he sold fucking like fishing
Fucking nah.
rods. Fucking
Oh,
nah.
that's the worst. I hate the guy that fishes.
Yeah.
Like, if you fish, that's cool, but if I know based off 3 frames of seeing you that you fish, that's not good.
Fucking
That's
salt life, dude.
just that you can just feel the pesticide lake that guy fishes at.
Yeah.
Just you know the exact cooler he has.
Oh yeah, he has one of those little like metal boats with a tiny motor on the back.
You know that he goes to a local corner store or 7-Eleven and to his buddy goes, should we get the big bag of ice or the medium bag of ice?
Yeah.
Like, just like, if that's really the executive decision you have to make on a Sunday, fucking kill us both because none of it matters.
Yeah, you think we're gonna catch 2 big ones today? Huh?
I'm trying to get some flounder.
Yeah, it's kind of overcast today. I think we're getting lucky. It's like, I hate that guy. Why do you
hate that
why
guy.
do you fish?
I hate that guy.
Have you ever fished?
Once in my entire life was on a pier, and I want to go fishing again, but I more so just want to be on a boat.
Yeah. The whole like vibe of it. Yeah, I've had fun fishing, but it's because I'm with like either family or friends, and we're.
I think
like,
I have PTSD with fishing because the first time I went, I really wanted to catch something on the pier, and I think I caught like a really small fish, like the size of a few quarters or whatever. And the thing that really demoralized me was I was a kid. I had to be like between 12 and 14 years old. But this little fucking girl next to me, who was probably half my age, caught a baby shark. So I'm over here like, are you fucking kidding? She caught a shark?
Yeah.
I wanted to throw her in with the shark.
Yeah.
Like, get in there.
It's like, oh, I caught a tiger shark.
Yeah.
You caught like a nematode, like a tadpole.
Yeah, I got a fucking plankton and she got a blue whale. I was irate. So yeah, I probably have PTSD from that.
When I was like a freshman in high school, me and my best friend went on a camping trip with my parents and my sister and her friend. And it fucking rained the entire time. It was like the camping trip from hell. And like I learned real fast. Like for 2 years after that, I was like a misogynist. Because every time it would rain and shit would go down and we'd have to like pitch up the tents or like take shit out of the rain and pack it up, like it was all just the guys, and my sister and her friend and my mom would just sit in the car and fucking complain. It's like, you're not fucking doing anything. Like, I learned real fast the difference between like a guy and a girl and fucking camping. It's like, you pull your own weight. This is a fucking guy's trip. Why are they even here? Anyway, I brought my friend for the first time fishing ever, and we went, like, we paddled up.
Oh, this week?
No, it was during this trip.
Oh,
This just your story reminded me of this. So we paddle
okay.
out to the middle of the lake. The one
Glad
time
my
it's not.
story could remind you about your story.
Yeah, the one time the uh, the one time it like stopped raining for like an hour. I was like, oh dude, let's. You've never been fishing? I was like, let's go fishing. We paddle out to the middle of this lake and we start casting the lines out. He catches a fish. I'm like, oh dude, nice, you got your first
Like
fish
what? Within 5 minutes?
within 5 seconds. And so I'm like, oh dude, you know, I was genuinely happy. I was like, dude, that's awesome, your first fish. And so we cast out again. He catches another fish. I'm like, hey, let's switch sides, man. Let's, you know, yeah. I feel like, you know,
I'm happy for you, but like I got my own, goals
yeah,
for today's trip. Yeah.
I,
My,
I, I
I
casted
wasn't
up.
gonna just drink Coors Light today. I kind of wanted to catch some fish also.
I casted another one out. He catches another one. And I swear on my life, he catches this little fish and he goes, I wonder if I can catch another fish with this fish. He cast that fish.
No,
out.
he doesn't.
Yeah, I swear on my life, this sounds like a lie. He caught a bigger fish with that first smaller fish. I wanted to fucking choke him with my fishing line, dude. I was so mad. But I had to pretend like I wasn't. I was just like, oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
That's like if you're in high school and it's like, hey, I'm fucking this one broad. I wonder if I brought her up to this other broad. They don't. They both fucked me, and you're just over here jerking off with Vaseline.
Yeah, it was the worst. He caught like 14 fish. I caught 0, and then it starts pouring like buckets, and we're in the middle of the lake. So we come paddling back, all fucking soaked. I'm fuming now.
Shit.
The whole way paddling back in the rain, I'm just like, oh, that's so weird. I didn't catch any fish. Yeah, yeah, you're really lucky for you. It must be beginner's luck. I'm just all this passive aggressive. I wanted to kill him.
Wow, I would never wear something like that,
Yeah.
but you just try anything on, don't you? Just fucking cunty McCunt face.
Oh yeah, just fucking sneak disses.
How do you go? Like, how do you do something like that, and that happens to you, and just not stare into the sky and go, "Why? Like, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me?"
It is the worst.
That's hilarious. So you guys switch sides.
Yeah, that was a
Did
funny
you-
part. I was like, let me try it, man. You're taking all the heat spots,
Did he do the worst thing they could have done, which is, oh yeah, go switch sides. You'll probably catch some too now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, oh, that's the worst. Dude, I'm such a sports guy. When my team loses, I would much rather someone rag on me than go, oh, better luck
yeah,
next
yeah.
year.
Oh, he was throwing out all those fucking platitudes. He's like,
I
oh,
hate
it's
'em.
probably just, it might be the lure you use. I'm like, shut up, you've never fished.
Yeah, and then an hour later, maybe try this technique.
yeah, now he's teaching me. I'm like,
Yeah. And he
all in
like
the wrist.
2.5 hours, he's giving you erectile dysfunction tips because he just thinks all the things are fucked up with you.
Yeah. It's okay,
dude,
we
can you
all
do
have
me-
bad days, we
Can you do me one show favor? I don't mean to like kill the show real
Oh,
quick.
you just stabbed it in the gut, dude. We were flying up. You just
I know.
shot that
I know.
duck. Now the
'cause I-
dog's running over. He's tearing at my
God,
wing. I'm still
Jesus.
alive a little bit. I'm kicking.
God damn it.
What?
Can you check if you can hear me on stereo still? Because I plugged in a thing in new headphones. Because I know the mic wasn't picking it up, but I could fucking hear it. It was so loud. So I plugged
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
You can still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I didn't turn it on, but your mouth's moving. So your mouth wouldn't be moving if it couldn't hear you.
It's a good sign. Now, I have a question. So we don't have any emails for today, do we?
I don't fucking know.
Check. Sign into that shit.
Check
Yeah.
for emails?
Yeah, we're doing emails and voice messages. Are we not doing emails anymore?
I thought that's what you said.
I said I
Emails are
was
gay.
I said, well, they are gay, but it is nice to read them.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
it gives
never
pe-
enjoyed reading them. They always
does-
sucked.
Well, they suck, but sometimes we get some golden nuggets, and I like for people to be involved that way. I'd much rather that than read the fucking chat, which I'm never gonna do.
You'll do it.
No, this isn't a stream. It's a podcast.
I
for
know, but
someone.
you'll do it.
I'm not gonna. Do it.
Everyone says they're not gonna read the chat until there's fucking 1,000 people whizzing by.
No, then they can email us. That's why we have the email.
Yeah, but no one does, and we don't have anything.
Wow, we have no emails or voice.
Oh wait,
messages.
Dual Wheel did.
What did our producer email us?
Oh, this was from April 12th. He says, "How's it feel to have your old producer emailing you out of pity? Really want to know?" It must have been when he was still steaming.
Yeah, he must have not been stoned that time when he wrote that email.
Oh wait. Oh no, this was the ad that we already did.
The
Yeah.
ad.
Yeah, remember how people like the last few emails we got have been like people trying to like be like join our thing.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
Oh, this is a new one though. It's Aileen Harden. Dear friend, I just got home and I noticed your YouTube channel and I really want to say I enjoyed your content. So I was yeah,
No,
why am
you
I reading this?
didn't.
I know. It's just the standard shit. Oh, we got a Lucas. Lucas just emailed us.
Just now?
Yeah.
That's a coincidence.
No,
Or
he's
he's
probably
listening.
listening.
He's probably listening to the shit. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Lucas.
What's up,
Gem,
Lucas?
you and Whitey are gay. Whitey, you and Gem are gay. Now kiss. Love, Lucas. P.S. Cry about it.
Why the fuck do we still read
Yeah,
emails?
I tried to tell you, man.
They just suck so much from the show.
I think people just hate going through the whole long process of emailing someone. They're always gonna be shitty about you. They're always gonna be like, fuck you guys, you suck.
I love it. I love it though.
You
I don't
made me
care.
email.
I love it. I gotta get access to that thing though because I wouldn't have read that. I would have just fucking deleted it.
Your stereo thing is like disconnected. Yeah, there you go.
Really?
Yeah, it just came back.
Yeah. For some reason, someone was calling me. I guess it disconnects when you get a call.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense. It's on a phone. Dude. So before I get into the thing that's gonna have us argue for like 45 minutes, dude, I was fucking driving by and I saw there. All right, there was a cemetery, right? I was driving by a cemetery,
Yeah.
and I see this sign, just a white sign near the front of the cemetery, and it says "plots available." And two thoughts went in my head. The secondary thought was, well, yeah, I mean, they gotta at least tell people when that time comes, hey, don't worry, we got plots available. But my first initial thought, and I went into this like 7-minute rant in the car, was really that's the thing we're advertising.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like as if I'm gonna like go like pull over and be like, honey, we gotta get them while they're hot. They're available now, but they like oh shit, I hope we die today so we can get some plots
buy one
available.
get one free.
Yeah, really.
They had their own clearance.
Yeah, like fucking plots and tombstones available. It's like, oh well, like we'd be stupid not to die this week.
Yeah, what are you, the fucking heiress of? That's a dumb joke. What are you, the Prince of England? Like, what? Who buys a plot in advance? Right? Isn't that like what fucking like royalty does only?
Well, and then if you live in the Northeast, there's douchebags who think making more than 6 figures makes them royalty, but it doesn't. So they'd probably do it too.
Oh, they built one of those gay like the ones you walk into. It's like a house. It's like a shed, a stone shed. What are those called? You know what I'm saying?
I know which one, dude. Did I tell you this a couple weeks ago that I went to a funeral and it was the most demoralizing thing of all time? Not the fact that the person died. I didn't really know the person at all. I only know the person who was related to the person who died. But
I don't think so.
Well, this guy was cremated, so he was in an urn, whatever. So it was time to put him away, right?
What do you mean?
Well, you know how. So I know some people keep urns, but you know how some cemeteries have those big square buildings where each tile is where like someone's inside of them. They're basically, instead of buried in the ground, they're buried in the building.
Oh yeah, or someone like makes it into a frisbee.
What?
Yeah, they do that like when they pour ashes into like a frisbee, and they're like, now we can throw them around.
Well, no, this guy was just
loved a frisbee.
No, this was just put him in the square, and then put a couple things that he liked in the square with him, like some Hot Wheels and shit.
Some Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So a toddler.
But those things are levitate. Like some go as high as like 20, 30 feet. So he was on tile number 2 or 4. So
it's like Jenga.
So these two old fucking guys, they have like this kind of basket looking thing that when you press the button, all you hear is and it's just going up inch by inch slowly to get to his square plot in this monument. So you just hear at a funeral where people are crying and around the thing, and then all of a sudden they're like, here's the urn, and here's his fucking Hot Wheels, and here's his high school diploma. I guess those grades didn't amount to shit. Here's this, here's that, and then all of a sudden, like I hear the guy. He goes, "Hey, Charlie, give me the gun," and he gives him a caulk gun because then he starts. Yeah. And I'm like, are we still at a funeral here, or did we go to a Home Depot?
Yeah. Wait, why was he caulking out the cement? Why didn't he just like mix it in a mixer?
I guess you then put a first primary like slab on there, and you caulk it, and then they get the big tile slab that's like 2 feet by 2 feet, and that's where like the little hinges rotate to lock it in, and then you screw it in. And I thought this guy was gonna drop it. I was like, this guy's gonna fucking drop this tile because he's like, he totally either has arthritis or is about to get arthritis.
Oh Jesus, I've never heard of that. That's so strange to hear about. Why wouldn't they just pour the ashes into the cement?
The cement?
Yeah.
What cement?
I thought you said they were putting it into a stone brick.
No, so the way these work, and I always thought
if you could only see in my head what I'm trying to piece together from what you told me. I'm seeing some like Dr. Seuss like warehouse where like they're.
I thought I didn't have to describe this too well because I thought most people knew. You never been to a cemetery and there's these 3D square cubes that are, they're just a bunch of big tiles, and people are buried in those things.
Oh, like it's just like a placard on the ground?
No, it goes upwards.
How much?
Like 20, 30 feet.
20, 30 feet?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen anything like this.
You've never seen that?
No, that must be something.
Yeah.
That's a local thing.
It's called something. Like, it has a name, but I don't know what the exact name is.
I've been in a few cemeteries. I've never seen nothing like that. Are you talking about like the DC monument where it's like a obelisk?
You mean the little pointy thing?
Yeah, the obelisk.
No. That would be like a specific tombstone would look like that. But hold on, I'm gonna try to look to see what.
I might just be dumb and not knowing what you're talking about, even though I do know it. But I don't mean
people
to like cut the momentum of your story.
Buried in cubes. Cemetery. People buried in cubes.
I thought you were talking about they like build a building with it. I was like, what the fuck?
No, there's a building, but there's multiple people that are buried in that building.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the very beginning. What I was saying, it's like a stone shed that you open up. It's like you walk into it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pouring it into like the coffer or like the little like mini coffin thing, right?
They didn't pour. They just slid the urn inside.
Slid it. Okay, I get what you're saying now. Oh, so you went into one of those?
No, it was from the outside. It wasn't one of the ones that. See, I guess there's ones from the outside and also the inside.
This was
from
like
the
a
outside.
walk-in fridge. It was just like a bureau.
No, where you can feel the coldness of death.
Yeah, it's just like a wardrobe where you just like slide out the shelf and slide it back in.
Dude, when I went,
what are those called?
I don't know. I tried looking for it.
I couldn't. Mausoleum.
Mausoleum cemetery. This is just crushing the podcast right now. But now,
nah, this is great.
Muslim cemetery.
This is annoying a lot of people probably.
Yeah, they're probably, if anyone's listening to this, they're probably yelling right now with the answers.
Yeah, this will happen when I listen to podcasts. I'll just be in my truck driving. I'm like, you fucking idiot! It's called a carrot. It's a carrot.
Oh yeah, what was that? That's right, that happened before. Something. Oh, monumental cemetery.
Oh, a monument.
I looked up buildings and cemeteries.
Oh, a crypt. It's called a fucking crypt.
Oh, the crypt keeper.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a crypt.
CRIP?
Yeah, CRIPT.
Oh, not like crypt.
Crypt. That's what it's called. A fucking crypt. That's a creepy
No.
name.
No.
Well, the crypt was the one I'm talking about, the one you walk into, and sometimes it goes down.
No.
Ground.
Here it is. So I looked up crypt, and then these look like it's just for one person, but now I'm looking at this big crypt.
Yeah, crypts are for like families.
Crematorium.
Oh, I get it because they're cremated.
Oh, I always thought it was like a morgue and there was just bodies in there and it was kind
Well,
of like,
that's what a crypt is. A crypt is where you actually put the like stone coffins, but a crematorium must be just for the urns.
yeah, he's in a crematorium. Jesus, I'm looking at this guy halfway building one and it looks like he's building a computer from the 80s. It's just that's the set like
What's
God.
the point of those though? Like, why would you cremate someone if you're not gonna keep the urn? Why wouldn't you just bury him in a crypt at that point?
I don't know,
What's the
dude.
point of burning them down to ash, putting them in a thing, and
I
then
don't
putting that in a shelf in a fucking thing?
I don't fucking know. They wanted to do it. What's the point of anything? Like, what
Yeah, but
are
the
we
point
doing?
of cremating them and putting them in an urn is so you can put it on like your, fireplace or something, and look at it and be like, oh, there's Jerry.
My parents did that with our old dog.
Wait, you cremated a dog?
Hey!
No, dude, that's
Don't do
weird.
not. No, don't be a douche.
No, I'm not, dude. I had a cat that died. That was like It was a family cat, but it was my cat, right? And
Yeah, but it also gave you asthma.
it did. But I loved this fucking thing. I was so sad when we had to put it down, but we buried it like a fucking human being. We put it in a shoebox and we fucking dropped it in the backyard. You actually cremated a dog?
Well, I didn't. My parents did.
That's weird. And you put it on the mantle?
On the
Like, oh, there's
fireplace,
Spot.
man.
You get a
What
new
was
dog,
funny?
he knocks it over and starts eating it.
Well, that's the thing. Their other dog that's still alive. Like after the old one died, she kept like going up to where the urn was, and for a while, I'm like, oh, dude. Like I was like, Dad, Molly, she knows
She
that
can
so and
sense
so. Yeah,
it.
and they were like, no, she tries to get the birds that sneak into the chimney in the fireplace. I was so disappointed. I was like, damn, like you're my parents. You can't even lie and be like, yeah, that's what it is, little Whitey.
Your dad's like, no, we got this fucking blue jay problem in the fucking fireplace. She's been at it for weeks.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what they said.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. I don't know, like, what do you roll up to the crematory like fucking, hey, I got this fucking dog. It's like, yeah, we'll do that for $50. We'll sneak it in between fucking Lucy and Sharon.
Yeah, dude. Imagine being the family waiting on like your dead wife being crematoried, and then my parents come walking in.
You open up your urn and there's just like a paw from someone's dog in it.
Oh, sorry, that's Bowser.
Yeah.
You got the wrong one.
It's like, Jim, what did I tell you about this? No more dogs here. He's like, come on, man, please, just for me. We're family.
Dude, they could have just put it in the oven.
Yeah. Or just burn it in the backyard or something.
Yeah, there's not even a law. Like a cop wouldn't even think twice of doing anything about that.
That is weird. There really isn't. Like, you can just bury. There's no like birth certificates for dogs, you know?
That's not true. That's not true. You can't. You're not allowed to legally bury pets in some backyards.
What? What if it's like in an association or something?
That I don't know, but I think in some counties or states or whatever, no, you can't bury pets in the yard.
Yeah, but that's like one of those laws where it's like, is that really enforced? Is there some cop
Oh,
like walking around backyards like, hey, I see you burying that cat. Everyone's crying. He's like, that's against the law. I'm arresting you all.
yeah. He smacks a girl who's flushing a goldfish down the drain.
Hey, that might
Yeah,
be
no.
why they cremated it, you know?
It's not one of those things that's enforced because no one's ever gonna know. But I'm sure if like your neighbors hate you and you're having like a 4th of July type festival for the funeral
Hmm.
at 10 at night, then yeah, maybe when the police are called, they might put an end to it.
Oh, that would definitely be like a bitter neighbor move. You know,
Yeah.
call the cops like, hey, according to code 305, you can't. They just buried their dog.
You'd have to be a dick cop and a dick neighbor, which both exist, but you'd have to combine the two.
Yeah, the stars would have to align.
Yeah. Oh, dude, but that reminds me when I watched this video, it was about homeland laws and like homeland associations and shit like that.
Hmm.
So this one lady put up a fence in her front yard, and I think it's called Homeland, like the Homeland Association or whatever, the people who like are the police for the community or whatever. Neighbors complained, and they told her it's like, hey, listen, you're not allowed to have your fence that high. It has to be, I guess, let's just say 7 feet is the max height for a fence. And she was like, "Well, fuck you. It's my
Yeah.
property."
Like,
I-
what the audacity of someone to be like, hey, according to the fence law, it's like, don't you have
but
something
yeah,
better to do?
oh, dude, these laws exist. They exist to the degree. It's fucking insane. Because I would think the same thing. I'd be like, "Fuck you, it's my property," and she like even knew that there was the neighbors around her that were complaining about it. So she had to cut it. So what she did was
Oh
she cut it 7 feet, but really wonky looking. Like it's up down up down. It's like a stock market fluctuation.
my god.
And then the outside part of the fence, not her inside, but the outside part of the fence, she painted horrible neon greens and yellows and pink colors because there's no law or rule in that area for the paint as long as it's not like obscene, as long as it's not like saying faggot or nigger or something. So
Yeah.
she posted like fucking boozoo like ours, neon green and yellow and red colors, and people are like, "Yeah, this is bullshit, man. Like she shouldn't be able to do that." And then she's on the news going, "Well, fuck that." But like,
Yeah. It's like, I bet you I can. I bet you I just did, and you're all gonna have to look at it now.
yeah, she's like, I got if she goes, if they want to fucking grab a paint bucket, they can go on and do it. But I'm gonna just paint it back until they let me build my fucking 20-foot high fence.
Like, what's even the reason for the 7 foot fence law? Like, I can't even
Dude,
think of. I can't wrap my head around a reason for that law
you
being
want
in
to know?
existence.
You want to know another fucking law?
Is it like a
That
fire escape, like in case you
I
need
was
to cop?
I was going down the rabbit hole for these videos. Another law that was in some town or county or whatever says that if you have a pool, you have to put a fence around your pool, even if there's a fence around your property.
What? Really?
Yeah. Like, so this lady had a fucking, or a guy had a fence around their backyard, but they had a pool, and they're like, you gotta put a fence around the pool. It's like, why? It's like, because if someone sneaks over your backyard fence, they could fall in and, drown. And I'm over here like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
why are they sneaking into if they snuck into my backyard and fell into the goddamn pool, like, how's that my fault?
Yeah. That's so dumb, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it.
There's so, you're always, I'm at the point where, like, no matter what, you're always breaking the law. Us being on this podcast is somehow breaking the law. We probably have our lights on too bright for where we live at.
Yeah, section code fucking 203, green and yellow not allowed. Some fucking bullshit. I hate laws. So you can't
Laws
have
are
your
terrible.
fence 7 feet, dude. Talk
Yeah.
about fucking abuse of power. Dude, I was watching a video on a different kind of note, but I saw this video of like, it was like Uber Eats driver throws a chicken nugget at customer and swears or whatever. You know, I saw it earlier this week and I was like, oh, I was like, damn. See, this is why this is a bad part of having just anyone randomly can sign
Wait,
up for this.
what about Uber Eats?
It was like I saw a headline like or like a clickbait thing where it was like Uber Eats driver throws chicken nugget at customer. And I'm like, I click on it, like being like, oh, see, this is what's wrong with these kind of apps. Anyone can just be hired for it, and you don't know what kind of fucking nutcase you're hiring. And I mean, I'm sitting there starting to watch it, and within like fucking 5 words from the lady that's filming it, I'm like, I'm like, I can't wait. I hope he throws a fucking rock at her, dude. She is the most hateable. It was a complete 180. I was like, fuck this chick. I hate her. She's everything that's wrong with this world. And he throws the chicken nugget at her and like storms off. And I just go down to the comments and there's not one person on this chick's side, dude. She's the worst.
What was she doing?
She was just being a fucking cunt. There's no other way to put it. She's just some like,
Oh, this is gonna definitely segue into what I wanted to talk about.
she's just
again
some
with you.
20-year-old cunt being like, she has this like thick British accent and she's like, no, I'm not coming down there. I'm not coming down there. It's your job to come up to me. And he's like, and he's like, because of the protocol, he's like, with everything going on, I'm not allowed to go into complexes. And she's like, it's cold out. It's so cold out. I'm freezing. I pay you. And he's just like, lady. And then that devolves finally into him just chucking a fucking. He starts eating her chicken nuggets in front of her, and then he just whips one up at her.
Well, wait. So so she recorded the interaction.
Yeah, she's the one. It's one of those videos where she's
yes.
recording it like, oh, I can't wait to show the world that I'm right. And then you just go down the comments. She's just
That's so juicy.
slayed.
And wait, you're saying the door's open and all she has to do is what? Walk a couple feet
She
for the
says,
food?
no, she has to go down the stairs. I think she's on like the second floor.
And she won't. And then how's he able to go all the way up to this, like throw a nugget up one floor at her head?
I mean, when you get some motivation like that, that just strength just comes out of you.
Good for that. That's fucking.
No, she was talking to him like he was literally a fucking peasant, dude. She was just, this lady needed a chicken nugget thrown at her. I couldn't believe I actually sided with this guy. I was like, oh, this guy's. I mean, he is in the wrong for like throwing something, but like it's.
Of
still,
course. It's like those videos we see. Remember the Joe Mixon one where at the end of the day,
oh, dude,
is it cool that he knocked out this girl and she literally had to look through her life 3 times? Once when the fist hit, the second time when
she hit the
head...
stratosphere, dude, mentally. Like she flew around Saturn a couple times.
Yeah, she flew around the God of Gods just a couple times.
Oh, she fucking broke the sound barrier on that one, dude. I couldn't stop watching it.
But when I saw that video, it just so juicy to see a girl slapping around a guy, and then this guy just going, you know what? I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I think I'm gonna take one for the team. And like I've never seen a right hook faster in my life.
Yeah, and it's not about someone getting hurt or me wanting that to happen or take joy in her getting hurt. It's one of those moments where you're like, okay, this is a lesson you're learning here. There's a lesson in life that for some reason you didn't learn, and now it's coming back hard.
Yeah, sure, the penalties, you're going to be missing half your face for the rest of your life.
Yeah, sure, now you have a concussion, but like...
Dude, a concussion? She still hasn't fully
She's still in the hospital. feeding her pudding still.
Pablo's still mopping around her at whatever convenient or restaurant they were at.
Oh man,
that video you told me goes into what I wanted to talk about for a little while with you. I know we're gonna get heated about this, so you're gonna have to just calm down, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll turn the fan on.
Tipping.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. I was just listening to that episode at work today. When we first talked about it.
Gem, when does it end though? Is my question. Like, I don't. What are the rules anymore? Everyone expects a tip now. Everyone. Like, you go to a Starbucks and they expect a tip, and they look at you like, oh, just press the whatever on the button. And like, what? Now I have to click no. I'm not going to be tipping you while you're right in front of me.
Wait. What do you mean?
If you go to Starbucks or a lot of restaurants where like you're buying right there at the register, if you put your card in, there'll be a little display saying like 20, 15, 10% tip or no tip, sign here. And I'm over here like
the barista who made your coffee?
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm on you with that one. Fuck that.
Okay. So but dude, there's some common
I would only
ground.
tip someone who's like bringing me something. Like a waitress, she brings the food out to you. She takes your order. She does all that. If I'm taking my own order and I gotta pick up my own shit, who the fuck am I tipping?
Here, all right, 2 things.
Make the fucking coffee and shut up.
I still tip waiters and waitresses. I still probably between 15-25%. Just depends on the bill and how the service obviously was and the food and all that. With all that being said, though, what happened to just fucking people paying their employees? Why is it on me to like figure out like, did I tip enough? Did I not tip enough? Do I have cash? Do I not have cash? Like, is this the right thing? Is this the right position to tip, or does this type of work not require a tip? Are they going to look at me funny if I don't tip? Are they expecting a tip? Like, why is it on me? Why is it not on the fucking person who is actually paying them?
Because here's the thing. It's a bigger picture. On the surface, I know what you're saying.
Picture.
There's a big, huge picture here. You're looking at the little picture of being
I'm
like,
looking at the little picture.
Yeah, you're like, oh, all these fucking business people who are corrupt and don't want to pay their employees. And
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You just said that.
No,
you said it's up to them to pay their employees.
No, I'm asking it. Like, isn't that how a job though? But it's not me saying that. Almost every job, that's how it works. Why are there some weird jobs that that's not how it works. And why do I have to be penalized for it?
My thought on it is it comes down to service jobs. And the reason why I think it's better than having somewhere like Europe where they pay them more is if you have all these young waitresses or Uber drivers and shit, and they're paying them like a good wage, they're not gonna care as much. They're not gonna rush to get to your house. They're not gonna. They're already getting paid the same regardless. So what do they give a fuck about how soon they get to your house or what the quality is like or if it
But
goes
can't you say
cold?
the same thing about the barista? They're not going to care how fast or well they make your coffee.
Yeah, I mean in that case, because that's something they don't, or up until now I never heard they got tipped. But yeah, jobs like that, like if you go to a Wendy's and you go through the drive-through, yeah, you're not tipping them, so they're just gonna
Okay,
smash together whatever
dude,
fucking burger. But
I
if you were
I
tipping
am
that guy in the back of Wendy's, you bet your ass he's gonna be slinging out good burgers because he's gonna get a tip for each one. You know
a
what I mean?
couple things that I am for incentivizing way more jobs than what there is, because there's so many like secretary jobs, and I'm not just shitting on secretaries, but there's so many like office jobs or whatever where people are just fucking farting and watching YouTube for 4 hours out of the 8 hours they're there. That's what they're doing.
Mhm.
Where if those jobs or many other jobs, if they were incentivized, yeah, obviously there would be a select group of people that would work harder for more money. I totally agree with that. But why is that? First off, just that one scenario, why is that on me? Why is it not on the fucking person
It's
who's
on you
paying
because
them?
you're the person that they're serving.
Yeah, but they don't work for me though. I'm a customer.
But they do in a sense because the experience when you go out to eat, say, part of the experience can on how much you enjoy your time there does depend on your server and if they're in a good mood, if they're attentive, if they're listening, if they don't bother you too much, if they have nice tits, like all this shit, Matt. Like if they would just pay anyone the same wage, then you just have all the gremlins that work in the kitchen be waiters too. Like no, that's why the
What?
front of the house is always
Okay,
good-looking people and
but
young
then why
people.
not incentivize good waiters and wait? Or all right, let's leave. To be fair, and it's an olive branch. Let's leave waiters and waitresses out of here because we're both in agreement. For some reason, tipping there just that does make sense. You're eating. You're usually with a date or a group of friends that you all want to obviously have a good time. And like you said, you're being served upon. It's like when you got a good slave, you give him
Yeah.
you give him the good crematorium.
Yeah, you give him
So,
some bread, At the end of the night, some bread and warm milk, and he'll come
yeah.
back the next day and give you good
Oh,
service.
a multigrain bagel. Oh, thank you. So, all right, fine. An olive branch has been extended, but the delivery stuff, Jem. They're driving. What is? Why am I
Yes.
tipping the delivery guy?
Hey, because if it's a bad Uber Eats driver and he takes way too long to get to your house, he gets lost or he gets stoned, or he just goes to the wrong place at first and it takes him an hour to get to your place. Yeah, either don't tip him or tip him a tiny bit. But if someone gets there in a snowstorm on time, fucking tip that motherfucker, because that's gonna incentivize him the same way it would a waiter or waitress.
Yeah, but instead, I'm probably never going to see that person again because nowadays with Uber and DoorDash and Grubhub, you're always getting a different delivery person.
I know, but the bigger picture here.
And how about this? Why don't you have delivery routes, right? Where you have a clock once the order gets in, and if you get there at a specific time, you get more money from Uber or DoorDash or whatever. Why, yet again, why is it on me? Dude, there's so many delivery fees and service charges. Me and my girl ordered sushi the other day. Just a regular roll for her and a roll for me. With all the delivery and service fees, it was over 30 something dollars, dude. I'm not
Yeah, so
tipping
make
any.
your own sushi then.
I'm not making my own
Well, then,
sushi.
then you're gonna have to pay someone to make it for you.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tip them then if it's
No,
that
but it's not
much.
tipping them. You're not tipping the person who made the fucking sushi. You're just tipping some fucking high school who's trying to get a nice job so he can save up for
That's
his first car.
that's well. Guess what? Guess what, Tyler? That's not my problem. Give
It
me my
is
fucking
though, because
sushi.
she's
It's
serving you.
not.
See,
It's
you
not
should
though. That's the thing.
you
It's
should
not
care.
because
You
at the
should
end of the
care.
day, I'm eating my sushi.
I know, but you should care about him and his life and the fact that it's the right thing
Why?
to do.
He might hate Jews.
Yeah, but he might love them.
Well, that makes him worse.
Oh jeez. Okay. It's because here's the thing, right? Everyone stops paying delivery drivers, right?
Okay.
Only thing that happens now, because the fucking places aren't gonna pay them more. The only thing that happens is you get all the good people, they quit and go to another job, and now you have all shitty stoners
Well, isn't
delivering
that
all your
good?
food. No, it's bad because all the food's gonna show up fucking cold and late,
Well,
or
no,
not at all.
isn't that good because at the end of the day, you don't want someone's life goal to be a fucking delivery driver. I keep seeing this fucking
No, I
Arab
want the
dude
dude
in
who's
a
delivering
Uber
my
Eats
fucking
commercial,
pizza
which is
when
the
I'm
most bullshit in the world.
When I'm hungry, I want the dude delivering my pizza. I want that to be his life goal for the next 20 minutes. I want him to get here. I'm hungry. I want him to fucking his life goal
But
to be get to my
he
place.
doesn't know you're gonna tip him.
Yes, he does. Well, he's like, okay, if I get there fast on time, if I have a nice smile, I'm gonna get a tip. They're working for tips. They're well aware.
When you get a food delivery, what do you tip them?
I always tip
%
for every tip, everything.
See, it
I'm
used
across
to
the
be
board, unless
you
they're
used-
bad. If they're bad, then I'll tip less or not at all. But
when I was a kid, you used to get a pizza delivered to you like $2 or $5. Like you didn't even think of the percentage. You just gave the person some cash. The fact that 20% on a 30-something dollar bill. What is that? How much fucking money is that? Hold on.
well, yeah,
Let's
because
just
when
say
we were younger, you couldn't order entire restaurant fucking,
Dude,
entrees.
I'm not tipping $7 on a fucking delivery. You're high as a kite. I'm not tipping anything, but $7, you're high as a kite. You're high as a fucking kite.
Yeah,
And by
$5,
and by the way,
$4.
why does the bill matter for that type of service? No, even if I'm buying $100 worth of food or $20 worth of food, if he's coming down the fucking sidewalk with one or two paper bags,
No, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think you should scale up the same way you would for like a waitress or bartender.
but you
Stuff like
said
that.
20%.
No, I said that's what I do. But you gotta also count into the thing. I haven't gotten delivery in fucking 3 years, so it's not even like I'm doing it anymore. But when I did, yeah, I would just do a flat 20. I didn't care. But also, I was only ordering shit like pizzas or like Chinese food. I wasn't ordering 30, 40, 50, $100 fucking deliveries.
Dude, we've ordered Chinese food where it's 40, $50 because of all the service fees and the delivery charges. And if there's there's delivery charges and service fees. Why am I tipping for delivery services also? Why?
No, yeah,
Why?
at that, if you at that, I think you're right about that. You should just give them a flat like few dollars or something. It shouldn't matter the
No,
amount
no,
you pay.
I'm not, dude. I stopped. It was tough the first couple times, but after I didn't tip that guy who literally delivered pizza in a snowstorm, I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, I can do this now. I can look these people straight in the face and be like, yeah, thank you, bye.
Yeah, oh, that's fine. You can be that guy.
Dude, I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out.
I just can't. I can't do
It
that.
shouldn't
I
be
don't
the
have it in me.
It shouldn't be the customer that is reliable on some dude's financial whatever.
No. And if everyone thought like you, everyone would have shitty service. But you
But
you can skirt the system by being one of the few people that do it. But it's like then you're that guy. I don't know that if you start putting that energy out in the world, that shit comes back.
Yeah, but dude, all right. Here's the thing, though. If I'll say, like in your hypothetical, everyone leaves because in that job they're not getting tipped. Well, then that company would do bad compared to all the other delivery companies. So maybe they would have to start paying their
No,
employees
they would
more.
just start hiring retards. They would lower their standards for delivery drivers.
Yeah, and then
now
if
you're having
that's
fucking like
But
sociopaths who
if
fucking
that's the
eating your
case,
fries on the way to your house.
if that's the case, no one will order from that delivery service because they don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, but you said you don't tip any deliveries.
That's very true.
So that's going to happen to every delivery. And then soon you're not going to be able to get anything delivered.
Well, fucking change the system. If there was no service and delivery fees already on the bill, I would tip. I would if they got there on time and they. But by the way, these people they already suck, dude. They get lost all the time. I was in the parking
Well,
lot.
that's
for
different.
Like,
if they suck, then of course. But
I
if
was
you
in
get
the
a good
parking
one-
lot for like 5 to 10 minutes. No, but dude, this Gem. Here's the thing: they ask you to put a tip on the card before they're on their way.
Yeah, no,
When
fuck that. Fuck that.
That's what
I
the
tip
fuck
after
they
I
do.
see how this motherfucker does.
I'm not holding on to cash just to see if my fucking driver is gonna make it on time and not have to call me for 6 minutes and not
holding on to
speak
cash.
very.
What? Are you fucking, what?
Well,
What does
how
that
are you
mean?
gonna tip the guy after he comes?
I hold on to cash. Why don't you hold on to cash? You should at least
Because
hold on to some cash.
only if I'm going to special like events or activities. But no, I usually
No,
go with
just as like
cash.
a backup, like a
A
plan
backup
B.
to a what?
Like in case your fucking bank falls under or goes bankrupt. I
There,
at least have some fucking cash in reserve.
I'm pretty sure the banks that I have my money in, I think they're going to be okay, Jim.
Eh?
They
That's what
literally,
people said before the Great Depression, dude. And then
yeah, and
their
then
fucking bank failed, and the bigger bank bought it up and fucking didn't give their money back.
well, that's what people said also during inflation in '08 and '09, and at the end of the day, everyone was okay.
No, a lot of people weren't okay with Whitey in 2008. A lot of
Yeah,
people lost their livelihoods. A lot of people lost their houses. Like, what are you
yeah, but
fucking talking about?
they got back together after like a year. Everyone that was suffering then, I think they're doing okay now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the dudes who lost everything are just doing just fine right about now.
Who lost everything?
Ton of people, dude. People
Who?
who owned
Who?
who owned houses,
Oh,
or
no, the people.
or just paying them off.
That's
It
not
was a
my
housing
problem.
crisis. It was a housing crash.
Yeah,
It was
well,
mortgages,
we're about
subprime
to have
mortgages.
we're about to have a service industry crash.
We are, dude. I believe. No, I think we're gonna have. I think the next one would be colleges.
Colleges.
Yeah, because a lot of colleges get paid subsidies by the government, um, and like a lot of people aren't paying back their student loans, and it's piling up and up and up, and that's like that bubble's gonna burst eventually. It has to. But
Wait,
I
a
don't
lot
think.
of colleges pay subsidies to the government.
No. The government pays subsidies to the colleges.
What's a subsidy again?
It's kind of like when the government steps in and keeps like an institution or business afloat, even when it's like hemorrhaging
Hemorrhaging
money.
money.
Yeah,
I
and a lot of
didn't
these
know
colleges are because a lot of kids, they get their degree, they pay freaking 60 to 100, or they owe 60 to 100K by the time they graduate, and then they never go on to get a degree in that field because either they can't or
Oh
they
yeah, and they
change.
don't pay off the debt, just like
And
the housing crisis. Everyone got all these
yep,
mortgages, but they weren't able to pay it off. So
and the debt piles up and piles up and piles up, and
good though. I hope that does
I
happen
hope
because
me too, dude. Fuck yeah,
I hope it
politics
does.
suck.
What sucks is the sad part is we both hope it happens, but we both know, just like the housing crisis, like it happened, but the people who should have got screwed didn't get screwed.
Oh, they never
So,
do. Yeah.
so the same thing. It's like if this happens, it's not like Harvard and Princeton and Yale. It's not like they're going to be the ones in the fucking alley with a plastic cup. Like, can you give us some shit? No, someone else is going to get screwed, and those places are going to be just fine.
Yeah, but the people who are gonna get screwed won't include me or anyone I really know. I don't really know anyone in college, so I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're going there to say work in the medical field, if you're going there to become a lawyer,
Like a white
so
collar, something where
yeah,
you
very
need to know what you're doing. Yeah,
yeah. But if you're going there for blue collar or creativity or business type stuff,
gender studies.
anyone who's listening to this podcast, save your fucking money. You don't. If you think you have to invest $200,000 in a business degree, you're high. First off, you're not going to make it in the business world.
Yeah.
Second, because you just got had. Second off, like, dude, I'm telling you, say you want. Perfect example. Like, if you want to be a sales representative, right? You don't need a fucking degree. It's the second you have that interview, bro. All they need to like, if they can see that, oh, this person actually knows how to fucking talk,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and he can probably sell. Like, you, dude, if you had a great degree in communications and business management, and you're going to be, say, like a sales rep or a general sales manager, and you go on an interview and you're just like stuttering and nervous and sweating, you're not getting hired. Case closed.
yeah. No, yeah. You're so right. I don't understand why people go to college anything other than like you said, medical or lawyer. Something where it's like tried and true, and you need to learn specifically that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
something where you literally need a degree, like say an account or financial, like you need to go. I don't know if you need technically a degree, but you need to get certified in things like for accountant or financial advisor if you're a CPA, something like that.
yeah, you have to pass a certain test, and yes, things like an engineer or things like something where like you really do need to learn a specific thing and get tested and then verified. But yeah, if you're going there for fucking philosophy, you're gonna major in philosophy. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, it's like the only thing you can do is either become a philosophy professor or write a book.
Yeah. Yeah. Just go to a philosophy YouTube channel. You'll fucking get more out of it for free than you would
Yeah,
some
it's
fucking
like
stuffy professor.
I'm going. Imagine. All right, let's be hip, Jem, to talk to the maybe
Yep.
the 18 and 19-year-olds who are listening to this. Imagine going to college to become a gamer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it. Just fucking make a Twitch account and then you'll see how much money you can make. You think your gaming degree is going to really help you in the Twitch, YouTube, D Live world?
Yeah, no, it's true. Same with editor. There's no reason that
Mm.
editors should be going to college for editing. You can learn editing on fucking YouTube in a heartbeat.
You can build your resume. I will say this though. I will say this. If you have I'm talking because when I say all this, I'm talking to people who, are just like regular middle class people who don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars and parents don't have that kind of money. But like, if you really don't know what you want to do, college could also help just open your mind, especially if you say you go to like a 2-year college. So if you're like, say, doing a community or county college, where at the end of the day, it's only going to cost you a few $100, a few like, or a few $1,000 per semester. So, you get your degree, you spent like eight to like $18,000 for 2 years, or you went part time and you did that over a span of 4 years. But you didn't know what you wanted to do, and then you took a couple classes there, and you realize, oh shit, I didn't even know something like this existed. I'm gonna do this, and then if you find out that the thing that you want to do, say you want to do like news anchoring, right?
Hmm.
Well, then you can go, all right, well, do I still want to study communications or liberal arts in a 4-year college and pay 50,000 a semester? It's like, no, you don't have to. you,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
found out what you want to do, and luckily you don't have to go through that shit to do what you want to do. But if you do go to a college like that and realize, oh, I want to be a veterinarian, okay, well then yeah, it looks like, regular college in the health field is going to be for you.
Yeah, that's true. There's something to be said about experience. I
That college experience, who doesn't want to spend 60,000 for a year so you can get drunk and possibly get in trouble for date rape?
yeah, no, I remember
I remember.
I got bad grades in
By the
particular.
way, I can't wait till Wednesday. I love these conference calls
Oh,
that
me
we
too.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, if you're listening, I know we're halfway through this episode, but every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for around an hour, Gemini or on stereo, the stereo application at Nothing's Podcast, and we have conference calls for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I would always test well and do good work in school, but I never did my homework, so I got bad grades. And I remember I went to my buddy's college and stayed up there for a weekend, and I only regretted not doing my homework and getting like A's and B's to go to college, not to go to college for like the school, but just to be like the party. I was like, oh, it would have been nice to at least have like 1 year or a couple semesters of just that life, just to kind of grow up
That's something
fast.
I totally would have liked to do, but I hate almost anyone, if not everyone, who's in a fraternity and sorority. So I
Oh,
don't
of
know if
course. Yeah, fuck that.
but I know that's not the only people who go to college though. I probably could have like, yeah, it would have been a fun time to fuck like some fucking hippie like chick, like, hey, I'm just
I went
into
to
philosophy and shit and fucking Skittles and rainbows and shit.
I went to the college was UMass Amherst, and it's one of the top like party schools in the country.
Oh shit.
It's literally just known for its partying. it
You went
was
there
it was
for
wild,
4 years?
huh?
You went there for 4 years?
No, I didn't go to college. I'm
I
saying
thought you
that's
said you.
that's the one I visited my buddy at for that weekend.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like this
And
this is a college it's a party college. Like it's
and when you
known.
were there, you were like, oh, this shit's legit. This is some crazy shit.
It was cool, but at the same, the dude who built it, like also built prisons, and the dorms were pretty much like built like prisons. They were tiny. It was cold and stone, so I wouldn't
Freaky.
want to live there, but I would have loved to party there every night. It seemed fun. I don't know, but
Huh.
college is gay.
It's a good thing we on the conference call figured out the whole voice message thing for the speaker because we gotten fucking zero
Well,
today.
we had one person listening for a good like 25 minutes, but we were like mid. I didn't want to stop it to be like, hey, send us a voice.
No, that's the thing. all the way until 26. I'm done mention unless I do it on accident or spontaneous. The voice messages and
Why
emails.
26? What's the magic number there?
Because my OCD is like 26. That's half a year. I think that's enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It does because I told you that there's 52 weeks in a year, and you learned that just a few weeks ago.
I know. I always thought it was like 54 or something.
Because you're, well, I don't know whether it's because you're retarded or an alcoholic. At this point, I think it's both.
Nah, I'm retarded with certain things like that. Geography, dates, numbers. Like, I don't know anyone's birthday but like my immediate family.
You want to know what I watched yesterday and today? I rewatched
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday? What?
So I watched the documentary again, Super Size Me.
Oh, that's a throwback.
It's a throwback, and the two things I noticed, and I remembered these because I wanted to talk to you about it, is two things that really didn't age well. One is the fact that they had Jared Fogle on there talking to the kids and how like, oh yeah, it's cool, just lose weight and here are my pants. and and he's just talking to kids with his glasses, and I'm over here like, jeez, this did not age well. And the other thing was the amount of times they would make fun of people being fat. And there was this clip where this guy, he goes, I was at a restaurant and we're all at a table, and some person was smoking, and another person went, "Hey, why are you doing that? Like, don't you realize you're gonna kill yourself? You're hurting yourself." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I tried to quit. I'm trying to do that." And he goes, but at the same table, there was someone who was very overweight, and they're eating, like steaks and bad food, but no one said anything to that person. So the guy, and remember, this was made in 03 and it came out in 2004. And the guy goes, "I wonder when it will become socially acceptable, to say or be the same way to someone who is obese or overweight or fat, the same that you would to a smoker." And I'm over here sitting back like, ah!
Oh, jeez.
We went the opposite way on that one, man. Holy shit, dude! If the whole marketing campaign for all the fatties out there to like feel good about themselves, imagine if that came from the fast food industries.
Oh, right.
Like they were the ones who. Are you playing with your Matchbox?
No, I was grabbing a water. Oh, dude. Well, I'm sure they have some kind of funding into that.
Oh yeah, like hey, let's listen. People are upset. 60% of these fuckers in this country are overweight. There's so many obese people. They hate us. The salad thing is not working. What do we do? Let's just say if people make fun of fat people, then they're the problem. And
yeah.
do you think when Tony said that at the fucking meeting room at the big long table, everyone just picked up their head like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. They were all looking down, like one's eating a muffin. He just like stopped. Yeah, no. And then the other guy at the other end goes, "Not only that, we tell them, even if they're fat and disgusting, they look beautiful. We'll start putting them on magazines. We'll make them feel like they're as pretty as skinny people." And they're
Some
all
lady's head exploded. It was such a good idea.
they all stand up. They're like, "Oh my god, I think we got something here." Start calling the company. Start calling. You know what I mean?
Call the interns now.
Get them on the horn.
We need the marketing team. Go, go, go. Call Calvin Klein. Tell him to put Oprah's daughter in a fucking, I don't know, bathing suit. I don't know. I didn't have a joke for that.
Yeah.
You get the drill.
No, all jokes aside, though, I wouldn't be. I don't think we're too far off.
I don't think so either.
There's probably some kind of indirectly kind of like probably something there. There's something there. I know if I was a fast food company, I'd be doing little dark magic shit like that, dark arts.
But you can't be. That's the thing. Like they have to be in the background because everyone's all cool with this whole fat acceptance thing for as I don't know how long it's gonna last, but whatever. It's still going on. If you're fat, you're beautiful. It matters what's inside, aka the fucking plaque that's building up in your arteries. But whatever. If if McDonald's though came out with a commercial with some fat woman eating a burger, it's like, just be you,
Yeah.
be proud, eat your Big Mac. Like, dude, people will not be on board with that.
Oh
There's
no,
no way.
they'll have to have all that shit going on with other companies and magazines and modeling things. But yeah, when their own
Yeah.
commercials, it's gonna be the skinniest, most attractive, friggin' mixed race, fucking
Family.
inclusive, diverse, like.
Well, that's why they're like, fuck.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck, just do animation. No more live action. That's
Yeah.
every Disney cartoon's now live action, but every fast food commercial is now cartoon version.
Oh, even if it's a cartoon, they're gonna be skinny, you know.
Yeah, you might have one regular looking guy, but you get an obese person with airbrushed inner thighs wearing a bathing suit, that they're not going to be on the next McDonald's or Popeyes commercial.
Yeah, dude, and they act like it's all like kids and young people, and they all got like white teeth and fucking they're all healthy looking and on the commercials. And then you go to a McDonald's and it's all fucking old people, and so there's like all 70-year-olds inside, and it's just fat guys in pickup trucks. Dude, I went to a Burger King the other day, and it was me and the 4 cars in front of me, 4 trucks in front of me were all pickup trucks. I was just like, what? That's what Burger King is nowadays. It's just where all the fucking pickup truck workers go.
That guy,
Yeah.
that guy's going to Burger King now.
Yeah, it's all just pickup trucks.
No, it's whatever, dude. But I also hate people who act as if like dude, don't dare shut down Burger King because you can't stop eating a hamburger. Don't do that to us.
Yeah, that's
the
that's
regular
on you,
people.
man. That's a personal problem if you can't stop, you know?
Yeah,
It's too tempting. It's
well, then just walk away.
yeah.
And then the fucking, because I was watching Super Size Me, and I love that, dude. I love the documentary. It's one of my favorite documentaries. And how can't it be? Like, there's so many documentaries that
Nah, I hated that.
you hated Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Why?
He's like, I'm gonna do this wild experiment to find out if it's unhealthy to eat
Uh-huh.
nothing but fast food for 30 days. It's like, yeah, it is. What we don't need to do a test to fucking figure that out. It's unhealthy. Once again, it should be called duh.
I know, but it was for me maybe because
It was
saw
a
it
good
as
idea. It was a good concept. I do.
It was cool, but also in my head, I'm like, dude, you're probably having the time of your life right now. There's no way.
It also gave rise to one of the hackiest comedians in existence, fucking Doug Benson. So that's another reason.
Well, that was maybe the worst thing that came.
I hate that guy.
No, but dude, the thing I liked about Super Size Me, and to its credit, a lot of documentaries now pull from, is Super Size Me in the Cove, where a lot of documentaries pull
What's
things
the Cove?
from. The Cove is the one about the Japanese people literally harpooning dolphins in this little lake. Yeah, they, dude. Watch The Cove. If you ever want to watch a documentary where you're like, oh, so I think it's an hour and a half or an hour. But if you ever want to watch a documentary where you're watching it and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, this is interesting. Okay, yeah, oh wait, what's happening now? Oh my god, dude, it's the crazy, dude. Out of nowhere, it's just like, like it's as if you went on a date with a girl and you never even held her hand, and you went on a date 50 times. And then all of a sudden she takes you to her place and you're tied up in a gimp outfit.
Yeah.
And she's shoving pineapples up your ass. It's like, dude, what the what just happened? It's mind blowing. But
She comes in
so
with a
many
strap on and a clown mask.
Yeah, with a fucking Japanese bandana and a harpoon. But it might as well, or what's it called? A lot of
Comes in with a
documentaries.
fucking dick buffer.
Because Super Size Me did the whole thing where the person making the documentary is the focal point, which so many fucking do now. But I think I liked it because the concept was cool. And even though the guy was douchey, I guess because he wasn't some 20-year-old vegan looking motherfucker, he was just like some guy in New York City. It was more relatable. So I liked it.
Yeah. It didn't. It was. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was shitting on it, but I obviously watched it when it came out, and I thought it was good. But I don't really see what's wrong with the Cove though. Like, what's like they're killing? So what if they're killing dolphins? What does that matter?
Because people
I mean,
based
it's
it off.
horrific. I wouldn't want to see it, and I hope it didn't exist. But is it really like affecting anything in the long run?
That's the thing. So documentaries like The Cove or even Super Size Me and all that. Now, Super Size Me did talk. That was another thing I liked about it. It did talk about the laws and lawsuits that were going on with McDonald's and fast food and stuff like that. But it didn't. I mean, even though it was presenting a lot of stuff, and I'm sure people are going to listen to this and blow their fucking brains out. But it didn't really look like they were pushing a certain agenda. Obviously, they were telling you like, yeah, McDonald's fucking unhealthy, duh. But it wasn't like they were trying to get the laws fucking changed, like really, like we got to do this to do this, and we should do this, and blah blah blah.
It's
There
damn near an
wasn't.
advertisement for it. I mean, the whole
we're,
time watching it, I think we watched it in school even because we had like a health
yeah,
class,
we did.
and like I remember it just made me want to eat McDonald's. I was just like, oh, dude, this. I wish I could eat that every day.
Oh, this dude's eating McGriddles, and I'm like, oh, and then even when he threw up, I'm like, oh, he just threw up all that McGriddle, man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you just ate one too many, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta
But
pace yourself.
with the Cove, they are trying to change the laws in Japan, but with all documentaries like that, Blackfish Cove, Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, blah blah blah, it's just a moral discussion, like whose morals are better and
Yeah, but
whose are
what
worse.
are they doing to the dolphins, and why are they killing them, and why is it a problem? You know what I mean?
So, well, why is it a problem? Is
Like, are they endangered or?
Well, I think the main reason why it's a problem is based off their intelligence level. People don't want
But we
literally
eat pigs.
I'm not. That's why it's a moral thing. It's
Mm.
just where's your moral compass? It's so like even when I was watching Super Size Me, the creator, he had a vegan girlfriend and she was talking about veganism and everything. And at the end of the day, though, she's still living in an apartment in New York City, wearing some clothes that,
They're wearing leather jacket,
yeah, like she's wearing a sweater that
crocodile shoes.
some fucking kid knitted before he was shot in the back of the head because he didn't get the patterns right. His crochet, he forgot it at home.
Step over you with my gators on.
So it's all based off morals. Like, and I hate everyone because, but I'm starting to hate the other group more. I always hated the people that go, you shouldn't eat this because it's bad for you. It's bad for the environment. I always hated them more, but I'm starting to hate the other people more now. Where it's like, been eating meat for 50 years. Like it's, that's what happens. Lions eat this and da 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 da. It's just like, oh god, just I'm starting to hate that person more because they're becoming the annoying group now.
Yeah, no, I've always hated those people more just because I'd never really knew anyone in my life that was like vegan.
I never knew anyone who was annoying about it at all. Like
Yeah,
people that I
exactly.
know who are vegan or vegetarian, you wouldn't even know unless you ask them.
Yeah.
It's usually some fat fuck who's telling you how to flip the burger. That's the guy who's annoying.
Yeah, the only people I've known who have like dietary stuff, it's like someone like me with gluten where it's like it's not like a choice. It's not like a or it's not for some cause. It's just cuz it bothers them like so they
I
can't eat it.
remember I remember I was at the office one day and our sales assistant, this is a different sales gig. She goes, "Oh my, it was so annoying. I went to dinner with friends and there was another person there that was like a friend of a friend, and when the waitress came over, when they ordered their thing, she went, oh, by the way, doesn't it not like have any meat or anything in it? I'm a vegan. And I'm over here like, yeah, okay, I'm allergic to peanuts. I stopped the waitress too and go, hey, I'm allergic to peanuts, please, make sure there's no peanut. Like, why did that take away from your fucking experience?
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
be- is it because I'm looking at you, Susan, and you're 70 pounds overweight? Maybe you should try this whole vegan thing before you fucking have a heart attack at 36.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, see, that's something too I didn't really take into consideration because so you have to always tell them with the peanuts, right?
I mean, I don't have to. I
But
forget a
you,
lot.
oh, true. You
I
would
I
want
sh-
to though,
I
right?
sh- I should. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes.
luckily I don't have to with the gluten because nowadays like almost every place you go will say if it has gluten or not, which is cool because it's like trendy and gay. But that like helps me because then I'm like
Well,
I don't have
so
to bother everyone.
I'm on a diet right now because I got a little like I didn't get fat, but I got skinny fat the past like 6 to 8 months.
Hmm.
So it's been 3 weeks and I already lost 10 pounds, and I still got 6 weeks to go.
Well,
But
did you just stop eating bread?
no, no, I'm eating roughly 2,200 calories a day, and my macros are 35, 30, and 35, and then I'm going to the gym again. And what's it called? The only reason I bring that up is because when going out to eat, I love if I go out to eat, it's so much easier to go to say chain restaurants because a lot of them on the menu have the calorie intake of what you're eating.
True, true.
And you can look it up on MyFitnessPal real quick, and it'll tell you how many carbs, protein, fat is in it, and it's awesome. It's like, oh, great, this
That's the
is
one great thing about
exactly what I
chains.
need.
Whenever I travel, I'll cling to them because it's like those are always the ones that'll list the allergens and shit. Whereas if you
Yeah,
go to some mom and pop, it might not always fucking. Then you have to go ask fucking old Rita in the back of the kitchen. It's like, hey, does the fucking sauce have fucking gluten? And she's like,
and
ah,
she,
fuck, you can't eat gluten, you fag. Get out of my restaurant. I'm like, all right, dude. I know it's gay, but I can't help it.
well, you know what you should have did, Jim? You should have tipped her, and the service would have been better.
Ah, dude, I should have fucking hit her with a spatula.
Or with a McNugget.
Oh, dude, after this, I gotta show you that video. It's fucking great.
Let me. I think I sent it to you already. Yeah, I sent you the. By the way, it was homeowners association. That's the term, homeowners association.
Oh, dude, I thought you were talking about someone you personally knew did this. I didn't know this was like a news story.
Nah, this was in Texas.
Oh,
I wish I would have fucking brought over a bunt cake or whatever to this person
a
if I heard
cake.
them did it. Yeah, I heard Bill Burr say that in a joke. Something about bunt cake.
It's great that she did that to like annoy whoever called them about it, but but for everyone else, they just think that lady's a fucking retard. You know, if they don't
Yeah,
know
but
the whole situation, they're just like, oh, who has that fucking weird fence? What a weird person.
but at the end of the day, it's like she doesn't give a fuck. And guess what?
Yeah,
Why does everyone else give a fuck?
sitting on a lawn chair, just drinking a beer, like, hey, fuck you.
Fence looks good on this side.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's why she doesn't care because her side looks fucking awesome. Oh shit.
Looks good on this side of the driveway.
Oh dude, she should have just fucking like planted some fucking Leland cypresses or something that grow
Imagine
to
the
be like
neighbor
30 feet.
imagine the neighbor who's exactly. Oh, dude, homeowners associations have rules on that too, Jem.
On a tree? Really? My tree can't grow, you fuck? What do you mean?
Yeah,
What am I
in
allowed to give a fucking fertilizer?
dude,
Huh?
in certain areas, if you have like bushes and trees that are like around the perimeter, even though they're on your property, they can't extend a certain height
Why? Where do these
because
people live?
people like to control other people, Jem.
I know, but I think that's not like a normal thing. That has to be in like an association or like a
Dude,
historic part of town.
this is in Texas of all places.
No, I know, but listen to me. I'm telling you, it has to be a certain circumstance for them to do stuff like that. It has to be either a historical district or like
Jem,
in an
I'm looking at
association.
this person owns a this person subscribes to satellite TV. This is not in a fucking historical association.
No, no, no. Historical association doesn't have to be like wealthy. It just has to be historical.
Dude, the colors she painted it and the fact that she painted it purposely bad is great. And dude, see that's
She
the
should have
thing.
painted other shit on it. She should have painted like fucking like cartoon characters and like a
I
middle
think
finger.
she no, well that's the thing. You can't do a middle finger because that would be obscene. It'd be like putting a slur on there. But I
Oh, you
also
do an upside down one then, and you say it's like it's a
a
ghost with one leg.
I think a lawyer would still figure it. I think she did the right thing where it's like, what? It's just colors. What's the problem?
Yeah, but how do
Oh,
they?
dude.
Wait. So
And
they
if
have regulations against how high your fence can be, but not what color you paint it.
apparently this township does. Or
She
county,
found that
whatever.
loophole, dude. Jesus.
Well, dude, if you look at the fence, halfway through it stops being cut, and near the end, it's the regular height that she originally wanted it. So they basically said from this point all the way until the sidewalk, the fence can't exceed this height. So that's the only part she cut off. And that means she fucking took the time. I think she hired painters. I forget whether she did it or she hired painters, but this is awesome. I like that. I mean, at the end of the day, just don't buy a house with neighbors. If that's you know what I mean. If you're
Yeah,
gonna get a
neighbors can
house,
be the worst. We had
yeah.
when I was still living with my parents when I was in my early 20s. The neighbor across the street got into a feud with my dad, and they both started like parking cars along the street, so it was like hard to back out, and like they ended up doing it to right where my truck was parked on like the side driveway, and it made it hard to pull in and out every time. And I remember one night I got drunk, and I took a pocket knife and I crawled out. I'm like SEAL Teams like Rainbow Six. It's like fucking. It's like midnight, and I'm like in my head. I'm like I'm slashing their tires. Like I'm just doing it. There's no proof. There's no cameras. No one. I'll just deny it all day. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But they'll get the message. That was in my head. I was like, they'll know it's fucking me.
What were they doing?
They were parking their car like on the street, the side of the street.
Okay.
And like it was blocking, like part of our side driveway, because my dad would park on the street sometimes when he was doing like yard work. And like
so they were parking the car in the street, but it was blocking your driveway. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Well, you keep saying side driveway.
Well, because we had a main driveway and a side one.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you know, some people will have like a second driveway, like a little stone one, like it's like just crushed stone. They'll have the tarred main one, and then they'll have like a side where some people will back up their boat, or if they have another, you know, car, like if they have a camper.
Oh yeah, like if you want to park something on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were blocking that.
Yeah.
But
like,
now
they weren't blocking it completely, but they were just making it a pain in the ass to back up at.
A lot of those driveways, though, don't they only lead to the sidewalk where you still have to get on the main driveway to pull out? Or does this one pull all the way out to the road?
No, this was a vertical driveway still. It wasn't like a side one where you just pull up in it. You actually pulled into it.
So, okay. So, and they were blocked. That's so douchey to block someone's driveway.
Yeah, and the thing of it was, instead of
that's not even a homeowners association. I think that's just straight up. No, you can literally call the cop and they'll ticket you.
Yeah, we tried. There were cops called back and forth on both accounts. It was just an annoying thing, man. But
did they get a ticket?
I think they had to just move the car. The cop came, but then they would still do it again, and then my dad would still, my dad was like all for it. He was like, oh, all right, they want to fucking mess with me. I'll park every fucking car in the street down here, So he was all competitive about it.
Did they live in the area?
Yeah, they lived right across the street from us. We lived across the street.
So they lived across the street. And
my dad would just wake up in the morning with coffee, and he'd just be like, Dinkelberg. You remember, like,
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, he would just be like, he just seethe at them. He'd be like, oh, he's fucking all right.
But that's so fucked up. I
was caught in the middle of it, and I was the only one who suffered from it because they would park in front of my side driveway, and I got so fucking.
I always hated when people would park in front of the house, at my parents' house when I lived there, but. At the end of the day, it's a street. It's whatever. It would kind of annoy me because it's like weird, but whatever. But if they parked in front of your driveway, that's so douchey. That's beyond.
It was the worst.
So you're saying you actually? So tell me the SEAL Team 6 story.
Oh yeah. So I was literally like crawling, like because then as I got closer and I started to amp myself up, like I'm actually gonna do this. I started to get really like careful with it. I'm dragging myself on the ground, like as if I'm about to like go into enemy territory at night. I got like the knife in my teeth. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking. And I got up to the car and I started like looking around, and I eventually chickened out. I kind of came to my senses and was like, no, this is a bad idea.
You know what the thing stinks?
Like, what if they do have cameras?
Well, it's not even the cameras. It's because first off, it's like. They don't care about the tickets they're getting, so you could just be like, I don't care about the fucking ticket I'm going to get. But it's more so you put your parents in a bad spot. Because then what happens if they retaliate by throwing something through the window? It sucks. If like you live on your own, you do you. If you're okay with the consequences and punishments, that's on you. But it's tough when you actually have people that are semi-dependent on you.
Yeah, no, you're right. The good thing, too, about them is they were an old couple, so it's not like they were going to come, like, Molotov our house or anything.
Oh, wait, it was an old couple who was doing it?
They were, like, 80.
Why the fuck were they
Because they're assholes, dude. I hate them.
Well, why didn't your dad ever put something to block someone from parking there?
Because they're on their side of the street, you know what I mean?
You said they were across the street.
Yeah, they're across the street, but they would park along their yard. So they weren't on our yard.
Wait.
I know you. What aren't you getting about this?
Wait. They parked their car on their side of the street, across the street. So how and what way were they blocking your driveway?
Because it was a skinny street. It wasn't like a 2-lane.
Oh, so it's hard. So you'd have to back out and kind of be like.
I'd have to do an 8-point turn instead of a 2-point turn to back up into the driveway.
You should just back into the driveway. That way you just have to
I
pull
did.
out.
I did. I would back into the driveway, but when I would back into the driveway, I'd have to do like an 8-point turn to maneuver around their fucking SUV every fucking time.
Did they have a
I'm
big
getting
car
upset
too?
thinking about it again. And I'm like, I wasn't even the one in the beef. It was the beef between my parents and them. I was like, what the fuck? Why don't you do it in front of their driveway, you asshole? What did I
I'm
do?
looking up 8-point turn because I forget. Is that kind of like a K turn?
Nah, I just made up the no. I said a random number, but it was a lot. I'd have to go
Yeah,
back
you,
and forth, back and
you
forth.
did because I looked up 8-point turn. There's just a bunch of animations of this pink-haired girl.
Really?
And there's some car stuff, but I think it's 6-point turn. You meant to say.
No, I mean you could do a fucking 20-point turn if you wanted.
What is it? Stop saying point turn.
Point is just the amount of times you go forward and back up.
Oh, a 3-point turn. That's the
3-point turn is the normal one. That's the one you learn in driving school.
Is that like the K turn? I think that's the K turn.
Yeah, it is.
One.
Wait, did you ever
one.
have any neighbor beefs?
Yeah, that's the K turn.
Like either with your parents or you personally? Whoa.
All right. So I was. So yes, the answer is yes. But here's one that I remember because it was right before I moved out, and I was in a really bad mood, and it's not even like I'm 100% in the wrong. I was 100%.
I've heard your stories where you get in a bad mood for.
And me and my dad are arguing while we're trying to shovel the driveway.
Oh no.
And our neighbor, we're gonna call him Benny. Benny comes over with his snowblower, going, "Hey, hey, Bill, hey, Dad, like, got my snowblower. I'm gonna help you with the driveway." And I'm like, "No."
Why? Why would you say no?
I was in a bad mood. There was always something about this guy where I'm like, you're just trying to prove that you have a snowblower.
Yeah, that is part of it. That's the only reason to get a snowblower is to walk around the neighborhood being like, hey, I could do your driveway in fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah, so
I could
see it in his face. We have gloves. He's got mittens. We got shovels. He's got a snowblower. We have hoodies. He's got a hat. I'm like, no.
I gotta say my laziness would win over my pride in that scenario. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, man. I'll get you some hot chocolate. The sooner I get into this house, that's.
Now that I look back at it, because our relationship after this was never the same. And he was just like, no, I was just help you. I was like, no, go home. And he's like, whoa, it's gonna just help you with the driveway. No, don't want it. Thank you. And he looked confused and demoralized and just walked his snowblower to
the walk of shame.
No, it was such a walk, and that he had to like talk to his wife probably like, I don't know, just fucking Dan didn't want me to snowblow his fucking. It was weird. Like, nothing was ever the same after that. But whatever, I moved out very much soon after that anyway.
I was hoping that he came back with a snowblower on like a moonlit night to fucking like snowblow your fucking lawn ornaments.
Start mowing the lawn in the summer. No, there was times where my mom called the cops on neighbors. Or no, I'm sorry, she never did that. I'm so stupid. The neighbors called the cops on my mom.
Whoa, what's your mom doing?
Oh, my mom's like just fucking crazy Sicilian lady. So I remember one day I was leaving the house and the neighbors across the street, me and the other kids across the street didn't get along sometime. Like it was weird. Like there would be years where we hated each other and then years where we forgot about everything. We liked each other. I guess that's the beauty of being a kid.
Yeah.
And this was one of those times we didn't like each other. So they were like,
you and the neighbors?
Yeah, me and the neighbors across the street. It's always across the street.
It always is. Because you're looking at each other, you know?
Yeah, and you just sizing
get the
each other
outside
up.
light on. They keep it on for too long. It's shining through your fucking window. It's like, turn the fucking thing on.
Christmas tree still up.
Oh, the Christmas lights.
Oh, you fucking.
They're gonna blow up Santa.
Put new stones around the tree. Why'd you waste money on stones? So
fucking
they
wind
were
chimes.
They were shouting shit about me across the street, but I didn't hear it. I think because I was bouncing my basketball. I was heading down the street to hang out with my friend. I had a basketball, so based off the story, it's definitely my black friend. And so I was like, hey, you want to play basketball? He's like, yeah. So then we start walking back because the basketball hoops at my house. but this was a time before cell phones. So, you actually had to make the trip.
Oh, yeah.
So we're coming back, and I just hear screaming on the sidewalk across the street. And my mom in my bedroom upstairs window screaming out the window. And I'm like, what the fuck is going? So apparently, when they were talking shit to me, my mom overheard it. She must have been in my room for something. She might have been cleaning it or whatever. So she cursed them out in the window, and she must have said something along the lines like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach you a lesson." Like she must have said like one of those mom threats.
Oh yeah.
So they called the cops on her. And dude, the cop came, and while I'm in the house, she's like, "All right, just be quiet, be quiet." And then like she starts like making her hair nice.
Yeah, I was just about to say she started putting the into a ponytail. She's getting all like, "Oh,
yeah,
I would never say nothing like that."
It's instead of looking like a mom who was just drinking black coffee and box wine in her pajamas at 12:30 in the afternoon,
she hides the wine glass. She gets fucking starts baking cookies.
She now looks like she's doing accounting for someone who's worth $10 million. And I'm like, really, Mom? At 12:30 in the afternoon, you were wearing gold earrings? That's what you were doing? Okay. And yeah,
she unbuttons her shirt a little bit. She opens the door. She's like, "Hey, would you like a blueberry tart?"
She did it, you fucking asshole. But,
sorry, that's your mom.
Yeah, it's my mom. It's not my fault your mom didn't like the trash can you got her for her birthday. You don't gotta trash on my mom and call her a fucking whore.
No, that's so funny though. That's a good move though.
Oh my god.
If I was a woman, I would pull that move every time I ever interacted with a cop. Just put your hair up, start acting like, "Oh, I'm just an innocent lady."
She never did the hoary thing, thank God.
No, I'm not talking about that. Not
at least I don't know about it. But dude, there was another instance when I was a little kid. This isn't even a memory; it's a memory of a memory. Like my cells are two different humans at this point. It's been that long ago. There was road work happening. I remember the exact road it's on. I'm not going to say it, but I remember the exact road it was on, man. And there was road work, and the cops like waving people along, and I don't know what he did, but my mom didn't like it, so she gave him the finger. Lo and behold, this cop gets in his car to pull her over.
Oh no!
And she just goes, "I'm over. I have him." Like me, I'm him now. I'm not his son. Yeah. I have him. I'm picking up him. I'm overworked. I think she might have mentioned something about menopause. And he's just like, all right, no ticket or anything. But I was just like, Jesus, Mom, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, if that was a guy, he would have fucking dragged him out of the car. Fucking beat him with a nightstick.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's funny. That is my mom. She's usually pretty chill, but there are those moments where when she does finally get to a breaking point. Like I remember there was a snowstorm once, and this was like right before I moved out of the house, and my sister had like been visiting us, and she was like, it was nighttime. She was backing out of the driveway, and one of the neighbors like didn't see them and like hit the back of my sister's car. And I don't know any of this. I'm just in my living room. I'm chilling. I'm fucking like, I don't even remember what I was doing. But all of a sudden I hear screaming. Like, and my sister comes running in the house. She's like, yo, you gotta hear Mom. You gotta hear Mom. And I get up. I perk all up. I come outside, and my mom and the lady, our neighbor that hit my sister, they're both out of the car, and my mom's screaming at her. She's like, what do you mean you didn't fucking see it? It's the fucking snow. You're speeding down the street. Yeah, have another glass of wine, Cindy. Have another fucking glass of wine. And my mom's like, I never see her like that. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, yes. I was like, I got so mad at my sister. I was like, why didn't you tell me sooner? I missed the best parts. Like, it was the best. I love when moms freak out like that.
People, when shit like that happens and there's a group of people watching, there has to be a designated person with the phone to record it, because nothing gets me more annoyed when some shit's going down and everyone has their fucking camera phone and they all are recording the same way. It's both their hands with the phone as close as possible to their face.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I hate all of you. Just have one guy who knows what he's doing, and that way all you can just live in the fucking moment. Why do you all have to record the same thing?
Yeah, no, I would never even have been able to record that. I was too ingrained. I was like, this is nice. I'm just enjoying the show,
Yeah, I'll just tell the story.
Yeah, and why every time someone films something, even though there's 8 people filming, no one has a clear fucking shot because everyone keeps walking in front of the camera. And the best part where the fight finally happens, like the person like puts the phone down for a second by their hip and they're missing it's just like, come on. If you're going to film it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started, dude.
I was listening to something on a radio show, and it brought me back to what you were talking about when we got together the other day
Hmm.
about how Joe DeRosa and that guy Sal from Practical Jokers,
Yeah.
how they had that podcast about rating food.
Oh, it's such a good fucking idea.
I know. I know we've done this before, but because it's been so long and I want to do it again, do you want to rate water bottles again?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm so down, dude, because I drink so much water bottles.
Well, let me ask you the question because I believe I'll tell you my answer already. The answer in my mind is yes. But do you believe different water bottles have different taste?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
people
Right?
who do the whole "it's fucking just water," it's like, no, it's not. Nope, it's not. It's not. And I'm not saying it tastes like a like distinctly as much as something with like actual flavor is, but dude, there's a big difference between drinking something like Poland Spring versus like Dasani. You know what I mean? There's a huge drop off.
The one that's been the most disgusting for me my entire life that I remember. I don't know a more disgusting one than this. And hopefully they don't want us to be a sponsor one day. But ShopRite spring water was it tasted like some dude was in a tub with soap and he just
Wait,
shoveled
wait,
the
wait!
water
I
in
didn't
there.
even know they made store brand water. That's a thing.
Yeah, let me look it up because the way I
We
remember
have
it, it
Stop and
was
Shops and they don't have their own water, thankfully, or yet. Oh, actually, they do. Yeah, they do.
maybe it's called Bowl and Basket spring water now, but it was called ShopRite spring water. It was a sky blue label. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's ShopRite spring water. It was brutal tasting, bro. It tastes like soap.
Oh man,
Oh, and now it's called Bowl and Basket spring water because that's their brand now. That's their store brand.
that's what stores are doing now. Instead of being like Stop and Shop brand, they'll make like a subsidiary, like
Yeah, Target's got Good and Gather.
yeah, they'll make their own like little LLC to try to trick you into thinking it's not their brand. But you can always
Yeah,
the packaging always sucks.
the packaging. Yeah, usually the packaging sucks, and usually the product's bad. But some store brands actually got some good shit.
Yeah, they do sometimes. CVS used to have some good ones.
Wegmans doesn't do that though. Wegmans still does Wegmans brand because they're like, bro, we're fucking Wegmans. We're better than that shit. You want our shit. It's cheap and you like it.
Yeah, store brand water. That's a no for me.
I'm looking for different water, different bottled or yeah. I'm trying to look for a picture, different bottled water, so we can rate this shit.
I think Dasani's the worst.
Dasani, is that the one that Coca Cola owns?
Either Pepsi or I forget which. Aquafina's the other one. I don't know which owns which, but they both suck.
Aquafina is owned by Pepsi, I believe, and yeah, they've been pretty.
Then Dasani's Coke, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same thing.
Oh, they taste dirtier than tap water. I don't know what it is, dude.
Have you ever had Evian?
I have, but not in a long, long time.
Now, this picture sucks. I need a really good picture with a lot of different water. I need a big one where I can see, where the people can listen
Water.
along. Water. Yeah, this picture sucks too. What the
Aquafina. Aquafina. I want to be able to buy like
You know who was a close second to Poland Spring?
what?
Because I think Poland Spring and waters like Fiji and Smart Water, they're on like Poland Spring's regular, like buy it in a 24 pack,
Yep.
where Smart Water and Fiji and all that, that's like in core, that's on its own little game. But the same level as Poland Spring, but it was second place. I always thought Deer Park was second place.
Never even heard of it.
You never had Deer Park water?
No. Must
Oh,
be someone
dude.
local.
Nah, no way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's not in a national friggin' store, then it's got to be local.
Different water brand. It was in a shop, right?
Yeah, but it's not in the Stop and Shops around here.
Oh.
Deer Park water. Is it? Oh, it's like Yeah, I've never seen this before in my life.
What about Voss water? Have you ever had Voss water?
Yeah, isn't that the one that comes in glass?
Sometimes it can come in plastic, but it comes in glass. It's a cylinder.
Yeah, I was listening to a recent Rogan episode, and he had some scientist chick on, and she was talking about how like, um, plastic oils seep into like our food and water and drinks and shit, and it's making our taint smaller.
Or taint?
Yeah,
Well,
which basically means like the bigger taint, the longer taint you have, the more testosterone you had when developing in the womb. So it's basically literally what we've been saying for like 3 years is actually a scientific truth. Like
well, wait. I
literally,
always knew
plastic is making
plastic.
people fucking more womanly and beta.
Well, that's why I have the glass Tupperwares, the Pyrex Tupperwares.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I drink so much bottled water. It's the only thing I really ingest out of plastic, but it's like I can't find any glass water. You know,
There's this one in a cardboard box called Just Water.
I saw the boxed ones, but I'm like, it's gonna taste like fucking
I want
recycled.
to try it just to try it once. Let's see, Voss. There's Fiji. Fiji's good. Smart Water's good as long as it's like 32.1 degrees. Like when it's ice cold, that shit is awesome. There's another one. It says it comes from like the volcanoes of Hawaii, and it's really good, dude. It's fucking good. I wish I could find
Yeah,
it.
how
Look
big
up
is the Fiji fucking
Hawaii
little thing?
volcano
I
water.
don't trust the whole Fiji thing.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Alkaline water. What's it called?
I don't trust
It's got a
alkaline water.
weird name. It's called Waikea. What? Is that an IKEA brand? It's really good, dude.
I
That
went
water's
on
really,
like an
really good.
alkaline water kick once, but I didn't feel any different. I was like, I think this is a scam. They're
Whether
like,
it's a
no, it
scam or not.
changes your pH, and you're gonna make more fucking.
Well, here's the thing: if you're drinking alkaline water to try to get your pH levels adjusted, you also can't just keep eating shitty while drinking it, or else it's not going to really do anything.
I don't think that's the way it even works, though. I think it's just literally just a fucking marketing thing.
Of course, that's how. If you drink soda all day,
I've
that's
never
going to
heard like a
fuck up the
doctor be like,
pH.
"Hey, you can actually change your pH levels if you drink alkaline." That's only something I've seen in like uh, a a crunchy fucking crunchy hippie store, where it's like you go to the
Crunchy.
crunchy hippie section. There's like
Why do you keep saying crunchy? Stop saying
because there's
crunchy.
something about like hippies where they're eating granola and shit, and it's like, oh, go to the aisle where there's apple cider vinegar drinks and fucking alkaline water. It's like, dude, I don't think that shit. If that shit worked, it'd be in every fucking store. You know, it's kind of like dick pills. If like dick pills worked, it's like everyone would be taking them.
Dude, I can't believe it took for so long for me to actually drink or eat condiments like mustard and honey mustard and shit like that.
Yeah, I can't believe you don't eat mayonnaise.
Because mayonnaise is disgusting.
It's fucking so good, dude.
It's so
It's the
great.
best condiment.
Every time you say that, it really does make me think about you differently.
It's so good. It's the best condiment.
It's not.
It's the base of so many good like sauces and oh.
You never had Evian, or you never seen it?
I had it back like when I was in high school. I think that one of the vending machines had it, but I don't really remember my
Have
opinion
you
of it.
ever had Life Water?
I don't think so.
Core.
Yeah, I think once.
What about Perry or Perrier or whatever it's called? Is that what green one that looks like it?
Yeah, I had it
It looks
once.
like it's seltzered water, but I think it just comes in still as well.
Oh, I hate seltzer water.
I hate it too. I
I
hate seltzer water.
I would ever my buddy growing up, he would always have a bunch because his parents liked it, and every like 2 months I'd be like, that sounds really good, like a nice sparkling water, and every time I would just pour it out off the balcony. This is fucking disgusting.
I
We used to piss off the balcony too, and the kitchen window was looking right out in the same direction. So one time we're like pissing, and everyone's like cooking pasta. And like, what are you guys pissing? They come running up. We're like, no, that was water.
It's crazy that like this whole episode, we never, nothing's been going on. The news has been really quiet for the past while, man.
It has, yeah.
I like it though, or maybe I just don't pay attention enough because nothing's really going on in the news world in my eyes, at least. That's probably because I don't watch the news, but
No,
at
see,
least I would have
because
heard someone say something.
yeah, because you don't watch news like you're saying, and I've never have. It's like I think things when like Trump was in office got so like heated, and everyone was so upset that like it would still reach us, even though we don't pay attention to it. But now that it's calmed down, it's like unless you're paying attention, you're not really gonna hear about it, which I love. It's a really
I,
good thing.
yeah, now it's just watching sports
I
and
can go back to not
baseball,
caring and
basketball.
not having to hear about everyone's opinion about everything.
Yeah, people thinking they know about things. Like people who were talking about politics the past 4 years were like jackasses who think they know about cars and
Yeah.
mechanics and fucking cooking.
Yep.
Like because I'm the one of the only things I'm into is sports. So anytime I heard someone talk about sports, where I'm just like, there's just shit coming out of this person's face right now. That's how it felt like with the other stuff because I didn't know anything about it, but I could hear people, and I'm like, you don't know anything about it either.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
Why are you talking about elections and shit like that when you have no like you don't even look like you don't even know like how to do your taxes? I bet, which I don't either.
I know. Everyone has a fucking opinion. Yeah, the only thing that annoys me with you with sports is you think Babe Ruth was like the best baseball player. That like annoys me.
He was either one of the best, if not the
He was a
best. Yeah.
fat white guy.
What does that have to do with baseball?
Put him in today's world, and he wouldn't even be like the 16th best player. He
But
wouldn't
you
even
don't.
be in the top fucking 100, dude.
But that's not how you judge
Yes, it
players. I
is.
no, that's how 24/7 ESPN type show judge players. But that's not how you actually judge
You can't
players.
just judge them in their time because when he played, it was all fucking fat white guys. So
Yeah,
yeah, of
but
course he was the best of all fat white guys, but it doesn't mean he's the best of all time.
yeah, but when he was playing, all those people were playing the same field as well.
Yeah, but they were all fat white guys. Of
Well,
course
one,
he's gonna be able to fucking hit a home run when a fat white guy's pitching to him. But you get some fucking Dominican in here nowadays. He's gonna
well,
fucking
well,
throw that ball through
one,
his fucking face.
they weren't, and two,
Yes, they were.
even if that hypothetical were true, correct? At the end of the day, it was still the professional baseball league. It was still MLB, or actually, I think it was MLB back then. It might have been a different
They still
association
had
technically,
slaves.
but they didn't have slaves in the
Like, what are we
they didn't
talking about here, dude?
they
It's
didn't
a
have
different.
slaves in the 20s. That's not when they had slaves.
Like a fat
And
white guy who
also,
likes peanuts was
see that, all
fucking.
right, you're putting this in like the real world, not the hypothetical. So if you want to put it in the real world, he played during half of his career was played during the dead ball era, and he was still hitting 20 something plus home runs or some insane amount of home runs during the dead ball era. Dude,
Yeah,
he
because
hit
the
more,
dude pitching it was pitching at like 70 miles per hour.
but he was pitching at 70 miles per hour to all the other players too. So why
Yeah,
was this one
they
guy
all sucked.
amazing?
That's my whole
And
point.
also,
They all sucked.
but
He
why
was
was
just the
he?
best shitty guy.
Yeah, but he was beyond the best. He hit more home runs than teams did in seasons. That's
Yeah,
not
so
that.
he was a Michael Jordan of his time, but nowadays he wouldn't even be like the Scottie Pippen.
You don't know
I don't
that.
even
And
know who
also,
Scottie Pippen is, by the way. I hope he's not that
but
good.
that's a basketball player, you fucking
Yeah, but so was
retard.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but not Babe Ruth.
No, but I'm saying he was the Michael Jordan. He was the I don't know what's a good baseball. I don't know
See,
baseball.
this is why judging errors is so stupid because
Yeah, but
then
you
what?
have
Then
to if you're gonna say he's the
no,
best of
you
all
don't.
time,
No,
you
you
have to
don't. No, you
judge
don't.
by eras. You do. You have to say
No,
if he's the best of all time, you should be able to put him up against anyone else, and he's batting better.
based off what rules?
Based off you're saying he's the goat.
All right, but if you're bringing it back to basketball, basketball is transition, dude.
No, we
When
can keep it in baseball, not to confuse it. We can keep it in baseball.
that's fair.
Who's like
And
the best?
baseball,
Who's the second best baseball player? Would you say?
if you want to ignore the whole steroid thing, Barry Bonds, and he honestly could be also called the best baseball player, is like his numbers parallel Babe Ruth. The main difference is Barry Bonds was doing it where the other guys, even though they were way far away from him, they were still putting up insane numbers. Where when Babe Ruth was putting up these insane numbers, there was no one close to him. There was no one even in the same stratosphere as him. And even today, if you judge Barry Bonds' numbers, they still get um compared to Babe Ruth's numbers. That's how close they are in terms of his top seasons.
Yeah, and also, why are you judging him as the best player and just being a batter? What about like
Oh,
pitchers
but
and
that's
catchers
another.
and
That's a great Gem.
third
That,
baseman and
you're
left
100%
fielders?
right. Barry Bonds was not a pitcher; he was just a batter. Babe Ruth was actually an amazing pitcher, also in the beginning of his career. He probably would have been in the Hall of Fame as a pitcher as well, but he just decided, or the team and him decided, let's just fucking have you as a batter. It's way
Okay,
more
so
important.
in your heart of hearts,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth, you bring him back to life exactly like he was in his prime. You clone him; he's the same guy. You put him on in the Yankees. How's he doing?
He's
Compared
probably
to the
gonna
other guys?
he's probably gonna
Hey,
suck.
that's my point. He's not the greatest of all time.
Yes,
He's
but
just
all right,
not because people have
Jem,
gotten better over time.
but Jem, that's like saying someone who invented the spear or someone who invented guerrilla warfare if they came back in this time and tried to fight the wars the same way.
No,
Like
because they're using the same tools. It's the same game. They're still using a bat and a
yeah,
ball.
but they're facing specialized pitchers that are made to like.
Yeah, they're better than them.
But that's because of the way we train the players now, growing up until now. See,
It still doesn't take away the fact that they're better, though. It doesn't matter the reason they're better.
But a lot of people act as if the players have evolved. It's like, dude, no human, like from 100 years, humans have not evolved to this insane level. It's the equipment and the training that's involved and the specialization of all these players that's evolved that has made them so good. So, say Babe Ruth, though, right? That baseball mind, right? Say he was born in 2000 and was just coming up now or a couple of years from now as a baseball player. I have no idea what he would be.
Oh, he'd be a fat white guy. He wouldn't even make the fucking.
You don't know that, though. How will you know that?
Because no one's fat playing baseball nowadays. Because you can't be.
What are you talking about?
There's no fat baseball players. Dude.
Oh my! You're an idiot.
No, name one.
Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera.
He's going to go into the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest hitters in this generation.
Is he better than Babe Ruth?
No.
Does he have a better record?
What is that?
Batting
better
average?
Record?
Amount of home runs? Amount of grand slams?
No.
He doesn't?
No, Babe Ruth is one of the greatest, if not the greatest.
Yeah, but that's because they all sucked. This guy isn't fat.
Miguel Cabrera, he's pretty chubby.
Yeah, he's a little chubby, but he's not like Babe Ruth, dude. You out of your mind? This guy's like.
Well, Prince Fielder retired, but Prince Fielder was fat. David Ortiz was a big guy.
Dude, Babe Ruth was fat. Look at this fucking guy, dude. Look at his face. Babe Ruth looks like a fucking. He's a big mush, dude. He looks like a bulldog.
CC Sabathia was a big guy. There's a lot of fat players in baseball.
Dude, this guy would get fucking bodied. Are you out of your mind? This guy ain't sliding into home fucking nowadays.
Oh my god.
He's all hopped up on fucking chewing tobacco and fucking peanuts. Actually, Babe Ruth wasn't as fat as I thought. He just has a fat face. I thought he was a lot fatter for some reason. He's actually kind of just chubby. I don't know, dude. I think he's not. I think fucking
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Mark McGwire's a better fucking.
Is literally the son of one of the best hitters in this generation. He's fat. He lost 40 pounds and he's still pretty big.
What about Mark McGwire?
Well, Michael McGuire was playing during the steroid era, and
and here
well, dude, that's the thing. If you're gonna judge Babe Ruth on his field, what about all the guys like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire are guys who did steroids, injected performance-enhancing drugs into their bodies? Is Babe Ruth? Is he going to be allowed to do that if he comes into this era?
He's only playing white people.
Okay,
so it's like he's not exactly in a fair thing either.
But okay. So then let's take both of those away from each the steroids and play.
You think if there was some Cabreras back then, they would have been fucking running that league, dude? It would have been a fucking.
All right, first off,
like having a track meetup without black people.
If we're gonna go into this realm, the best player in baseball right now is White. He's like whiter than you and me.
Nah.
Yes, Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, and he's
by what metric?
By everything. He does everything. He probably should have won 2 more MVPs.
It sounds more like an opinion, though.
It's not an opinion.
Like how? Like in what metric? What? Like give me numbers, hard data, and which way?
Home runs, RBIs, hits, average, OPS, slugging percentage, on base percentage. Like he's usually
so what
leading.
About running and what about like catching?
He's a 5-tool player. He does everything. He literally does everything. He plays center field. He's an amazing defender. He has power. He hits the ball for a high average. He walks. His OPS is always top 5 in the league. He's won multiple MVPs because he was the best player in the league. Mike Trout, right in the past, I forget how long he's been in the league. 2012. So let's say the past. Because you don't watch sports, you retard.
No, but I still know who fucking Mark McGwire, Babe Ruth, fucking.
Because that was the fucking
Matt Damon, whatever that guy's name was.
Because that became Matt Damon.
Damon Wayans. What? No, Damon.
That's because he played for the Boston Red Sox.
Dave
and you
Damon.
live in Matt Damon.
Oh, what was the other Big Poppy?
Not Matt Damon. Why did I say Matt Damon? I'm a fucking
dude. Fucking
idiot.
Big Poppy was better than fucking Babe Ruth. You out of your mind?
Did I really just say fucking Bat Damon?
Bat Damon.
Johnny, it was Johnny Damon.
Fat Damon. Oh, Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon. I actually said Matt Damon like 3 times as if that was the answer.
Yeah, this guy's pretty white though.
Mike Trout?
Yeah, he's. I mean, that's as white as you get.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He might be like at first he was the next Mickey Mantle. He might retire and be better than
Yeah.
Mickey
What about
Mantle.
Mickey Mantle? Mickey Mantle's probably better than Babe Ruth.
Mickey Mantle is also white, you dummy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he's still better. My whole point is Babe Ruth
He's
is not the
not.
greatest of all time.
I love
He's
Mickey
just
Mantle,
not.
but he's not better than Babe Ruth.
So it sounds like you're putting Babe Ruth up on a pedestal because he paved the way, but that doesn't mean he's the best. You know?
No, I'm putting him up on a pet. I'm putting him up on a pedestal because he leads the entire.
You can't even eat his candy bar.
You're an idiot. He literally leads MLB in some of the greatest stats of all time, even today. Dude, Mike Trout he's led the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in OPS. He's led the league in 1, 2, 3 times in slugging, 4 straight years of base percentage. Dude, Mike Trout is. You know what's sad though about all these stats?
Oh, Mickey Mantle had a hot fucking wife, dude. Holy shit, who is that?
Really? Hold on, Mickey Mantle.
Angie Dickinson. Even by today's standards, she's hot.
I see Marilyn Mantle. What are you talking about?
No, go to Angie Dickinson.
Angie Dickinson. 2020. No, I don't want to look at 20. Oh God! Ah!
Oh, that ruins it.
There, I don't know. Oh my, she looks like she sews. No, I don't want to look at her.
No, she's hot though.
I don't want to even think of it. Dude. Mike Trout's gonna probably win his 4th MVP this year. Dude. Not only does he have 3 MVPs, he was 1, 2, 4 times. He was second. He probably should have won 2 of those. 1, 2, 3. Dude, Mike Trout is in another world. How good he is.
Yeah, he's better than Babe Ruth.
He's all right. All right. Hold on. Babe. Hold on. Babe Ruth stats.
So this guy's the GOAT now.
It's crazy.
Just like Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady, yeah, he's one of the
dude.
What?
He leads all of baseball ever of all time in slugging, OPS plus, and I don't even know how I have
What
to
if
say
he was
this,
cheating? What if he had cork in his bat or something? And back in the day, there was no way to tell.
He was cheating by telling the teams not to
fucking
let black people in.
Yeah. There was no Cubans, dude. It wasn't fair.
That's one way to cheat and be like, hey, don't let Hector play against me, you know?
Oh, dude, what was the first team to finally be like, we'll let a Cuban in? And then they
just
start running. They just start winning it.
Mickey Mantle's wife kind of looks like if a guy was playing a girl in a movie.
Nah, she's hot, dude.
I don't know. She looks like your mom.
For back then standards, usually back then they look like weirdos, but she looks
like
she could.
Remember that weird time in the 80s girls had puffy nipples?
Yeah.
What was that? What? But why did their areolas puff? They were like puffed up to an nth degree as if they injected something, and then that like weird 4 to 6 year span in the 80s, just puffy nipples went away.
There's probably some product. Maybe they had like puffers, you know, where they
nipple
would like
puffers.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird products in the 80s. They might have had like weird cream you put on it to puff.
Do you like big hair? Then you'll love big nipples. Your man won't be able to get enough.
Puffies. Buy one, get one free at fucking Walgreens.
Everyone's
puffing their nips.
He led the Gem. I don't even. How do I even have to tell you how great Barry Bonds or Babe Ruth was?
He wasn't. I think he's overrated.
In what way?
I just think he was playing baseball in the fucking 20s, and it's like, okay, well, of course you're gonna be good in the 20s.
Okay, but here's the thing.
It wasn't even TV in the 20s.
I know you're gonna say yes, so I can't. I'm not gonna really argue that much, but no. But if someone says the same thing in the year 2120 about this time period, you would understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, wait, you about what period? Oh, yeah, because if it evolves.
Say in the 100 years from now, and they're like, "What? Mike Trout? He wasn't even playing when Martians were fucking playing in the league. Like
Yeah,
this
no, because
guy.
I think in the future they're gonna if baseball's even still around, which I doubt, but if it is, I think they'll probably have some crazy like human genetics where they can like pump you and make you some fucking superhuman or a robot like half cyborg. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's not playing the
No,
field,
and
but
then
because
I wouldn't be like, oh, fucking Mickey Mantle. I'd be like, no, yeah, obviously the cyborg's way better.
Babe Ruth was one of, if not the greatest baseball player of all time.
He's
It's
just
not even.
he's just
It's not even a
nostalgic.
question. I guess so.
Did you ever meet him? You ever seen him play?
Oh, dude, did you disconnect? You disconnect from stereo, bro.
Yeah, my phone died a second ago. I just realized.
That's all right because
It's the end of the cast
it's
anyway.
yeah, we're about to end the podcast anyway. But dude, you have to make sure your phone's charged next time.
I know, but if it's charging, it might make this weird noise because I think it did that last time. But I'll make sure it's charged. Well, I can't really because I'm working. But
Yeah, but when you get home, just put it on the charger real quick.
I was only home for fucking 20 minutes. Just enough time to take a shit, eat, fucking shower. Yeah, I would
Well,
never
you-
be able to do 6. 6:30 is like the earliest I could ever do this. I've noticed that. But that's cool.
That's cool. But you gotta find a way for the phone. Come on.
Gotta find a way for the phone.
But yeah, this has been a good podcast.
It was a good cast. It was a good one.
Oh shit, are we still live?
Yeah, I can end it.
All right. No, well, yeah, end it. And before we go, guys, thank you. You can ask us questions at asknothings@gmail.com. And you can send us voice messages during the live show on the stereo application. We have a TikTok and an Instagram now. I will talk more about that next episode. And yeah, all that kind of stuff. The Nothings Podcast. We are gaining ground, trying to gain committed audience because eventually we'll launch this shit on Apple Podcasts. And when we put it on iTunes, the first several episodes really matter, and we'll hope to have an audience that rates the shit highly when we do that shit.
Yeah, it's nowhere but up, man. We built the framework, we built the foundation. Now we're gonna start trying to fucking grow.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Wednesday when we do the 2 things that we want to get done for the conference call.
I've been loving the conference calls, man.
Conference calls always on the Stereo app exclusively, guys.
Is there a way I can
6:30
send
p.m.
you
Eastern.
like clips for the TikTok?
If you want, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, because I've already have a few in the chamber. Like I just gotta edit little like things over them.
I'll upload them. If you send them all before Thursday, that's when I plan on uploading clips for each episode.
Cool.
All right, guys. This has been Nothing's Podcast with Whitey and Gem. All that gay shit. Thank you.
Subscribe and tell your friends, pussies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, you fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Why are you listening? You're still listening? You're not telling anyone?
Don't park in front of a side driveway even though you're across the street,
Yeah,
apparently.
I'll come out like a Navy SEAL and fucking slash your tires.
Yeah, I was on his side until he fucking said they were across the block. Like, what the fuck?
Whitey's mom will unbutton one button. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. I hate it. Like, what are you doing?
It's the worst. All right.